Lawrence La Pianta. Did I say that correctly?
You did. That was wonderful pronunciation.
The plant.
The plant in Italian, yeah. Not the plant as in I was planted here to like expose you guys. The plant is in the actual botanical.
Well, thank you for being here because we're going to attempt to
expose you.
Hey, so before we begin, you were incredibly kind to bring us some real Kentucky bourbon.
Oh, yeah.
As I should.
We Canadians appreciate that. Cheers, Lawrence. Cheers, Blair.
Blair.
Cheers.
In a weird way, it's nice to be back.
Drinking bourbon?
No, not like it in terms of production. It's like I still miss it.
Yeah, I bet you do. So you were mentioning on the way over to the studio this morning that you have now been out of production for 10 years?
Yeah, full decade. Last job I did was...
Here, just pull your mic around a little bit.
2015.
Wow.
April 2015.
Wow, you really miss it.
Yeah.
April 13th.
Yeah.
7:30
a.m.
1700. That's wicked. So what did you do in production, Lawrence? Let's just talk about that for a second.
So started in directly into doing locations in mid-97.
Yeah.
I was just finishing up at U of T, and I met a location guy who wanted to shoot at my frat house. And I thought, wow, this is a really cool thing you're doing. I was planning on going to, applying to dental school. So can you imagine?
Is that what you're doing at U of T?
Yeah. I wasn't in dental school. I was
pre-med kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, cool.
Biology, physiology.
So, okay.
Dental.
Pre-med. Mm-hmm. I want to be a dentist.
Yeah.
I have a frat house. Mm-hmm. That guy wants to shoot a show in there.
Yeah.
And that's what started your career in the location.
A Moosehead commercial.
A Moosehead commercial.
That shot for 23 hours.
Wow.
And I still remember the entire... now, having been in production, I can tell you everyone on that crew in terms of the techs, because I was sitting there babysitting the house and watching these guys. It was Simon Mistel actually shooting. And he had like a 12K in a hallway at a frat house with like 75 flags on it. And so like an ounce of light was coming through to hit the bottle. And I was just like, wow, that's wild.
Yeah, that's the magic, isn't it?
That's the magic.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember who was doing effects, but someone was putting the glycerin drops on the bottle constantly, and it was spinning on a rotating table in the middle of the frat's living room.
Oh, trip.
I'm always disappointed when I get a moose head and it just doesn't have that glisten.
That right?
Yeah.
I feel cheated.
Yeah.
It tastes like glycerin, but no. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Every time I've ever had a moose head, as I'm drinking it, this little spotlight comes from heaven.
Yeah. Lucky you.
God bless him.
Yeah. That's wicked.
Yeah.
So, the transition, dentist, wanted to be a dentist.
Yeah, so I applied to the U of T and to St. FX, and I didn't get into either one of those because I'm just not smart enough.
I see.
So I got accepted to the University of Louisville, which would have been ironic that I'm cooking American-style barbecue right now. And it's kind of full circle, but I would have been...
In Louisville, Kentucky?
Correct.
Cheers.
Wow, right on, man.
So
And we're drinking
so then
Kentucky bourbon?
some things took a different path, and I had already started working, assisting someone in the locations department. And I thought it was really interesting. And then like 6 months after doing a bunch of assisting, this location guy went MIA on a job, and I'm pretty sure I'm telling the story right. And it was Rob Jacqueline PMing.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And Jacqueline called me and said, so-and-so's MIA. Can you come cover for him? And I'm like, sure. Great. No problem. And then that was kind of the beginning of the end. And then I just never looked back.
Sweet. So when you do locations, no one ever taught you to move a mic back and forth?
No.
Keep it in front of your mouth and everything?
No. That's why they kept me behind the camera.
Copy that.
So I couldn't ruin anything. I was telling people, what's locations? I'm like, I built this kind of like sphere and world for all the other talented people to work inside of. I keep the public away from.
Well, that's an
production
interesting way to put it.
Yeah, I literally built a little dome.
Yeah.
To protect production and let them do what they need to do, so they're not interrupted by everything else.
Oh, that's a way of looking at it for sure.
It kept me busy. A lot of producers agreed with me.
Now, so how long were you assisting before you stepped into being the boss?
Probably went assisted nonstop for probably 5 years.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so 97, I started getting into it seriously. 98, 99, more regularly. 2000, very much full-time.
Now, if you're going to be a locations manager, in your opinion, what is the number one quality that someone should bring to that game? Now, being resourceful.
Yeah.
Being able to handle 1 hour of sleep.
Yeah, true enough. But your personality.
You're a salesperson.
Yeah, man.
You are pitching and convincing people who are often not interested in anything you have to say and convincing them to be a part of it. I always slightly worked the glamour side of it. I always underpromised. I'm like, this could go wrong, this could go wrong, this could go wrong, this could go wrong, this could go wrong. Are you cool if this happens? Just so you understand what the potential things are, and then in the reverse would happen. After the job, they're like, you can come back anytime you want. You're like, this was so much easier than what you described.
Oh, great.
So I sold them a bit of a story too, and the glamour of it, and who was involved, and it was easy when you had like A-list talent on a spot for a commercial or sports celebrity. People eat that up.
Sure.
You're shooting in like the richest neighborhoods in Toronto, and you're like, how much did you get this place for? I'm like, it doesn't even cover their property taxes. But you know what? Cindy Crawford's in their kitchen,
100%.
and when they're at one of their 4 other homes, they're retelling the story to their friends. The remuneration was inconsequential. They did it because it was like buying another watch. They just have something to talk about.
Right.
So, and you would work towards that and pull at people's, you find what makes them click, and then that's what you sell them. Otherwise, they're not interested.
I mean, there must be people that you approach with houses and whatever that had no mind ever before that moment that they would ever rent their house to a movie. But there are people that actually, what is it? They register their houses with the
On whatever
film set?
database there is available, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's I don't know, I've been out of the game for a bit now, but there's obviously numerous libraries, both private and public, pay service, or like, OMDC. I'm sure still has a locations database that you can register with that location guys will call. But
What kind of?
when I had downtime, I was out finding new places, because the biggest complaint for directors or production designers or whatever is like, same fucking house, same house.
Oh, true.
So,
That makes sense.
but the most used houses, they're all still guests of mine at the restaurant. That's how close I was with some of these homeowners.
Oh my God.
You have a restaurant?
No.
We'll get to that.
I just look like I eat a lot. No, I still have. I've stayed in contact with. I just catered an engagement party for one of the homes that I used to film at regularly, and I remember they were at the engagement party. They were telling stories about me, because I was there doing service for them. Stories about me going to their house and moving their doll houses in the girl who was getting engaged room,
Oh, wow.
because she was about 3. And now she's a beautiful 27-year-old woman
Getting married.
And it was just it was pretty wild.
Now, is this the house with Cindy Crawford in it? Because how do you get to rent that house?
Yeah.
Actually, that was a job I managed. That story there, I managed it for another location guy.
Yeah, I'm teasing. Well, that's fun. That's a full circle moment.
It is. It was like I was like, wow, this is really wild. Like, and they were like, we're so happy you're here. We're so happy you could be a part of it. And I'm like, you're like, we always thought of you as family. And I was just like, oh, stop. Seriously, I was like, it was overwhelming.
That's awesome. So now,
Wow.
what's the first step of a locations manager? What do they do? Like, oh my God, you walk up to somebody and knock on their door and say hello.
Well, that's usually the scout's job. So I for the better part of the beginning of my career, I scouted and managed. So I handled all my own jobs. I didn't hand them off. Which that in itself too is quite popular with producers, because they often had issues with the handoff. And one guy sold a story to a homeowner, and then along comes another guy who's like, "Well, I didn't say we could.
I don't know the story.
I don't know the story." And
Yeah.
so I developed a team. So I worked with the same guys. When I had managers, they were my managers for the rest of my career.
Right.
So I'd go out and just scout. But I also never left a job. I always had issues letting go. Like, I was like a crazy location parent. I would promise, my word's my bond. So I gave you a handshake and I told you we're going to do this in your house. And if something slightly went awry, I would still show up. And by no means was it demeaning to my manager. It was just like, I made promises to these people, and we got to make sure we keep them while still delivering for production.
Yeah.
I mean, I've worked in so many houses, and I just would never be the person. I would never do that.
Yeah.
Like rent your house, you mean?
Yeah, like crew just doesn't respect it that much.
Not all
you
crew.
know?
That's a huge blanket statement, but yes.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it is.
there's a
I
number
suppose.
I found that they respected it more depending on who they were dealing with in the locations department. If locations doesn't care, they don't care.
Okay.
If you can, and I'm not talking being like overzealous, like, oh, what are you doing? Like, don't be
No,
that
for
guy.
for sure.
But be like, hey guys, how are we going to approach this? Or like, hey, we're going to have to put 17 deck screws into that piece of antique furniture. Well, that's not really an option, guys. Can we find another way?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. I shot it in this little old lady's dining room once, and a stunning table, stunning dishes. She asked us, please don't touch anything, and that's fine. That wasn't the shot. But they took a steady cam around the table. Where do you put your lights?
No boy.
Well, you put it on a spreader bar between the beautifully painted walls. And when the spreader bar slips, you take your Hilti and you drill some holes in her wall.
Kapow.
We watched that happen.
Oh yeah, man.
And she was devastated.
But you know what the funny thing is that over years you get to mitigate and learn what's really a problem. And that's not really a problem. Because I'm like, I'll make that disappear in a second. I didn't want it to happen. But drywall's drywall.
Right.
Quickly learned. I learned HVAC. I learned electrical. I learned carpentry. I learned like metal repair,
Right.
like marble repair.
Yeah.
Fucked a lot of shit up. Had to fix it.
Right.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah.
and that's the part that's, you know what the worst part is for a locations guy, and anyone will tell you, when something goes bad on a job, there's not a production company in the city that's going to pay you to make sure that still gets repaired, but you have to deal with it. Because if you don't, you're a piece of shit. Like, you could walk away and say, it's not my fucking problem. I'm not getting paid anymore. That homeowner's got to do their repair. And you let them take care of it and them submit it, the paperwork to the production company, all that. It's like, no, it's like
So that's just not part of the contract?
Yeah.
the part of the contract is you have to repair it. But the location guy, how many guys want to go to work for free? So in the middle of other jobs as you're working on other projects, you still got to go back and deal with the repair from a month ago. That sucks. So you try not to have repairs.
Right. But
Or if as those screws are going in, I've already have a guy coming in tomorrow morning to repair it. I'm like, it's done. I'm not finding a guy tomorrow. I'm not dealing with it. I'm dealing with it right now.
Totally.
And tomorrow morning when my cleaners come in, the repair guy's going to be here. Because I'm getting paid a wrap day. I mean, I did things months after. I've had jobs where I had to deal with stuff for a couple of weeks or whatever because it was insurance. I didn't have any insurance claims. It was always a repair.
But who pays for that repair?
Production.
Production, yeah.
Yeah. And the thing about it too is that no one likes surprises. So like often what I would be doing is that I'd be preparing a list that I would mail off to the PM and the producer literally at wrap, like scheduled send 8 a.m. By the way, this is the stuff that's getting repaired tomorrow. And I'll get you a number as quickly as possible. And they appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's a surprise.
Now, what's interesting, okay, so you deal with the homeowner, the building owner,
The city.
the city. Do you deal with directors who really need to have this person bleeding on this carpet?
It's funny you say that. I can't remember. I dealt with some very complicated directors, and it was funny. Like, we're talking about commercials. My line was always the same. Like, we don't save lives, we don't cure cancer.
Right.
We cause cancer and we shorten lives. That's what we do.
Wow. Wow.
Let's get over ourselves. Come on, everybody, pump the brakes. And so, I'd be working on a job with a director, and it's like, I remember a job where they hired one of the animal people to, like, it was a shot of a girl in a nice sweater, petting a little sheep or something. So they actually hired someone to inseminate an animal on a regular so that we would have an 8-week-old sheep for the shoot. And it was like from the time they presented to the time we shot was like 3 months later. I'm like, how many sheep had to get pregnant so we could have a exactly 8-week-old sheep on set? Like, it's just so bizarre.
Crazy.
Like, it's a commercial for I won't say, but
Wool.
for wool,
Yeah.
for woolly mammoth
Socks. Oh, yeah.
But just the craziness that we would do to execute a shot. So that director in particular was very super particular. He comes to town and he was known for, like, I never forget. So we get to the airport. I stopped driving on director surveys because I was on my phone and stuff all the time. So I'm like, I can't do my job and I'm like, get a PA to drive so I can work. I sit in the back. And right away, the producer gets in the truck, and she's from LA. He's from somewhere in Europe, and she's talking to the PM. And like, it's an ongoing joke that day. As soon as they get the production office, that he put he just shot in New York, and he put the location guy in the hospital due to stress.
Whoa.
And I'm like, who wears that as a fucking badge of honor? Like, it's such a perverse way of thinking of things. I'm like, all right, cool. You haven't met me.
Weird.
Watch me go into traffic cop mode. The more you yell, the calmer I get. So I knew what I was in for. He took a 10-day shoot and just every day just flipped schedules, this, that, blah, blah, blah. To the point where halfway through the job, the producer goes to the production manager and says, what's up with the location guy? What's up with Lawrence? And he's like, because they had fired a bunch of people off the job too. Every department got fired, rehired. I'm like, he was just one of those. And he's like, why? First of all, if you fire him, I'm gone too. 2, what's the deal? And they're like, well, he just doesn't react. And I was super reactionary, which is kind of funny because I always wear my emotions on my sleeve. But she's like, we ask for stuff and he just doesn't react. And it's like, yeah, if you ever see him running, fucking follow him because there's a problem. Otherwise, just leave him alone. Yeah. Just leave him alone. I'll remember like it was like day 6 because we had to take a day off because it was a 10-day shoot. I'm at lunch and I never leave my headset in. I always carry a walkie. I left my headset in so people would leave me the fuck alone at lunch. And she comes over and she's like, Lawrence, I have a question for you. She's like, we need to flip. We had 4 more locations after lunch, 3 more unit moves. And she's like, we have to invert the entire schedule. We have to go to the last location right after lunch. And I looked at her and I was like, that sounds like an MP, not a YP. She was like, excuse me? I go, sounds like my problem, not your problem. I said, let's invert the schedule. So can I finish my lunch now? She's like she's just blank. Because I just didn't.
She's panicking.
Yeah, she's like, this isn't going to happen. I finally found something he can't do. And I'm like, you guys are very complicated. Do you think I didn't blanket every location to be available for 7 days over at any time?
That's
right
experience.
on, man. Yeah.
I'm like, fuck you. You can't do this to me. Like I was very self-competitive.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't beat me.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why like I've transitioned to other stuff and people say I found success, but
Fucking right.
Well, you're on Going Again podcast.
well, that's part of it. That's when I knew I made it.
Yes.
When you sent me the text.
That's hilarious.
So
were they doing this on purpose? Was he just kind of looking
No,
for a
he's,
reaction?
when you're dealing with real creatives, this guy was an artist.
Yeah.
And he's like, the sun and the energy feeds me now. I need to be here and there. I'm like, okay. The sun, the light, the moon, the stars.
Yeah.
I'm like, sure. I don't know. Like,
Interesting, man. Yeah.
it was just a very, and that's the kind of stuff that prepared me for the restaurant and all the other crap that came.
That's all that's I'm thinking right now.
You have a restaurant?
No, I do exclusive catering to the public.
Yeah.
In my facility.
In my facility. I wouldn't call it a restaurant. But
Okay, so locations.
yeah,
You gave it up 10 years ago. Roughly.
roughly. Yeah.
To do what?
It's funny because people are like, everyone's like, again, it was funny. I mentioned it earlier. It's like people on the commercial film production side were like applauding me because they're like, "Oh, you got out. It made it seem like it was such a terrible thing to do. I loved what I did. I remember jobs when I was like, 6, 7, 8 years into it, and you meet, I was in it for almost 2 decades. You meet a producer. I did a lot of out of town work. Like if there was a while there, I only dealt with New York and America and LA.
Sorry, Lawrence. Just keep that mic in front of you.
Sorry.
Man. Yeah, no worries.
So I worked with a lot of American clients, and I loved it. And that's kind of who helped develop and mold me into who I became as a production person anyways. Like I'd work so many New York jobs that LA people would come up and they're like, when did you move here from New York? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Really?
I'm like through and through Scarborough. I'm like Toronto's who I am. And I was like the biggest ambassador of Toronto. I loved our city. I love our city. And they're like, but I would, I don't know, parrot or whatever. Or I'd kind of emulate their style of delivery. When you just, if you move somewhere and work with a bunch of people all the time, you either become part of the community or you don't. And I found, because I was doing just so much American work and with New Yorkers and having such a good time doing it too, work really hard and have a really good time. That's what I learned from the New Yorkers. Like, yeah, 20-hour days are what's expected. And now let's go have some drinks. You know what I mean? Let's have a good time.
Yeah.
So, and I took a lot of that and I brought it. It's always stayed with me. So,
Man, okay.
so it was interesting. So I just came up through that time where I did a lot of American work, and then, see, this is the whole part of like, now we're going in circles. What was the question?
No, it's just yeah.
A restaurant?
Yeah, you have a restaurant.
Yeah, you have a restaurant. You're working. So you were working with Americans, and did this at all inspire barbecue, or was barbecue a passion?
No, the New York inspired my second concept that I spun off, which was the deli.
Oh, right.
So the
Yes.
Italian deli is very much inspired by all of my trips to New York.
Yeah. Okay.
More so when I got into cooking and cooking barbecue, I cooked down in New York quite a bit, and in Brooklyn mostly. So
Oh man.
traveling through that's a whole other. Yeah, that's wild. It's such a good time.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
So
can we
that
go
leads
there
into a whole other story later on as we move along the
Okay.
time the Lawrence timeline of opening stuff up right before COVID.
Yeah. No shit.
Yeah, really.
Nothing complicated there.
Okay. You said you spent some time in Louisville, Kentucky.
Three interviews for dental school. That's the first place I
see.
ate. First place I ate
Okay.
barbecued mutton though, because I did go for barbecue because I've always loved food.
Barbecued mutton.
Yeah, so mutton's a big thing on there. It's a very big regional protein for them.
Isn't that a sheep?
Correct.
Man.
Yeah,
Weird.
Everything you're doing is
Bah.
connected.
Sheepish.
it is.
Commercial with a sheep.
Yeah, commercial with sheep. Go to a place where they cook them. Sorry, went to a place where they cook them. Made a commercial where they bred them, and then go to a place where now I haven't cooked one in a while. I cooked a couple of goats at a festival a while back
Right on.
in Austin.
Well, if you take a little mutton with some bread, that might be a decent sandwich.
It'd be delicious.
Yeah.
If you
not?
cook anything long enough and season it properly, it's really tasty.
I mean, if it's got meat,
Yeah,
it's got to be decent.
correct.
You know.
You know what I do in my spare time now? I only make vegan side dishes.
I don't like it.
Yin and yang. Got to balance. Got to
Yeah.
balance.
Interesting.
And it's a new challenge. Life's all about challenges. So if you stop being challenged, you just stop living.
100%.
For sure.
So what did you start first after commercials?
The deli or the
So Cherry Street, the barbecue.
yeah. Okay.
Cherry Street Barbecue was born in June 17th, 2016. Father's Day weekend.
What time?
2016. At time, we opened at 11 a.m. service.
Okay.
This is great. Being a new business owner, new restaurant owner, I forgot to schedule staff.
Of course.
So
Fuck.
it's
First day?
yeah. You're like, hey, donkey. Staff, front floor. So my girlfriend at the time, my manager who I opened with, a bunch of my contractors came in with their families. My electrician's kids were bussing tables.
Oh, wow. That's hilarious.
My plumber was running food. I staffed my entire first day of service with my contractors. So can you imagine coming to a restaurant
man.
and seeing contractors? Like my plumber at the time was my buddy from high school. He's a 6'9" black guy delivering food to your table, still dressed like he's supposed to be doing plumbing. People are like, "What in the hell's going on here?"
This feels like Southern barbecue to me.
Yeah, exactly. Why is this guy wearing a tool belt and carrying trays?
So
It's a
obviously,
theme restaurant.
locations, locations, everything.
Yeah. So that's how I found my location.
Okay, so
Okay.
Andrew and I have discussed this location. Go ahead, bud.
Well, just fuck, man. So close to Pinewood,
How
which
do you
is
get there?
amazing. It seems like an absolutely prime location.
To burn wood 24 hours a day and no one's going to complain.
Okay.
and still be 13 minutes away from downtown Toronto.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Locations.
Well, with all your construction,
Oh my God, man.
they tore down the Gardner.
Now, I mean,
If the rest of the construction went as efficiently as the teardown of the Gardner, which I sat in my truck and watched one night, as they cut down they took the entire Gardner down in like a weekend. Like, that's what happens when you pay someone to do a job.
Yeah.
I'll tread very carefully here. They got a contract. They went in. They executed. When you give someone infinite budgets and a timeline, things can happen like they did, which was like with Commissioner. So between me and Pinewood, it was supposed to be closed for 6 months. It was closed for 20.
oh my God.
Yeah, so we drive down there. We work there.
For sure. Yeah.
I mean, driving
Takes
more like crawling.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I don't like, I mean, I'm living here in Cambridge. Why would I want to go to Pinewood? When someone calls me and says I'm going to Pinewood, I start to rethink the job.
Yeah.
Cherry
You
Street
know,
barbecue.
more
You're like, there's only one silver lining to this cloud.
that literally that is my driving reason. That is last year when I was on Star Trek, the shooting at Pinewood, I had 3 wardrobe fittings. It took me the second one that I went to. It took me 3 hours in and 3 hours out, and I was there for maybe 40 minutes.
Yep.
That was hell, but I had brisket and I had beans to go home with, and it was the best. Every time I'm in the area, man.
you.
If I'm out inside your hours, I go. I go every time.
I know people there. So next time you're there outside of hours, I can still have stuff waiting for you. Because the building's operating 24 hours a day. Guys are cooking 24 hours a day.
Oh, wow.
My God.
Yeah. So it was,
Dreams.
speaking of the 3 hours in and out, you're coming to Cambridge.
Right.
Yeah.
I had to, multiple times when they were doing the work under Lakeshore, going back 2022-ish, I guess, down to 1 or 2 lanes from the Cherry Street alignment hadn't opened yet. So you're still coming up Old Cherry
Right.
and making the right, or
Yeah.
the left, sorry.
Yeah.
I had to deliver, I was doing an event. Thankfully, it wasn't, it was like a private at Scotiabank Arena. And I left and I'm like, guys, I'm on my way. No traffic, 8 minutes. Heavy traffic,
An hour.
30 minutes.
Okay.
I got there in 98 minutes one day.
Oh,
1.6 kilometers. 1 mile.
That's insane.
1 mile. And because of the way the traffic was set up, they literally had me in a vice. Like, I was literally crawling out of my skin and going, like, I was like, this can't happen. Like, this cannot happen. I have to deliver. To the point where I was thinking of, like, just leaving my Sprinter in the middle of the road and putting everything on a cart and running from, I think I was at Sherburne at the time.
oh shit.
So anyone who knows Toronto is like, it's Parliament, Sherburne, Jarvis.
Yeah.
And, I basically had to make it just past Young. I had to go to Bay. I had to go to Bay Street. And I would have ran the shit down the ramp at Scotiabank Arena.
That really is forever in Toronto, though. Sometimes,
It's the construction has been everything that, like COVID, we figured out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And we're able to, again, it's funny because it's like, had I not come from production, had I not come from locations, or been on the production, if I was like a through and through chef and I went to culinary school and I just thought like a chef, I'd be closed. Would not have survived.
Really, eh?
Yeah, I was just like, I literally would come around every corner. I'm like, what are you gonna do today? Whoa, another left hook. Fuck, you nailed it. Got me right in the nose, right in the button. It's okay, I'll just whatever. Oh, I know that taste. It's like iron. Oh, that's my blood. Okay, cool. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. Tasted that so many times.
That's interesting. The skills that you learned as a...
Yeah, it's just bob and weave.
Yeah, man.
Figure out another fucking way.
I was.
And I didn't cry. Everyone's like, oh, the city took care of you, right? The city patted me on the back and said, thanks for being a good sport.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
Yeah.
So how did the construction affect business?
22 months ago, like I've never contemplated hurting myself. I've never had those kinds of thoughts, but I was like, it was the lowest point in my life. And I'm like,
Really?
if I throw a match on the building, How much do I get paid?
Shit.
They put up a fence 3 meters off my building and left it there for 2 years along commissioner.
It was that rough, eh? Fuck.
Who's gonna go out of so I again bob and weave.
Why would
I'd lost a lot of key staff members at the time because they're just like, not because they weren't getting paid, because everyone always got paid because I just kept borrowing against my house.
Oh my God.
They were like, COVID did a lot of stuff to a lot of people.
Sure.
Good, bad. There's a lot of, I'm like, COVID sucked, but I'm 80% positive about what it changed in my life. The 20% was like people needing to, the eccentricities now of people as a result of it. I still find it odd when people come in and it's like, I'm like, have you ever been to a restaurant before? Like the way it changed people's perspectives or POVs on service or going out or expectations.
In what respect?
Well, like during COVID, no one went out anymore. So they just went on an app, ordered food, and it showed up.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
Come into a restaurant and sit down. And it's like, we haven't even said hello. And they're like, I'll take them. I'm like, order at the counter. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with special needs anymore. Like, go back to being a restaurant. This is who we were for 5 years before COVID happened. Figure it out again. Try to normalize yourself. I know you've been out of, you haven't had, no one's hugged you for 3 years, right? So you really need a hug. Did you want a hug? Because you gave a lot of hugs during COVID, make people feel better.
Yo, a good brisket is like a hug.
It is. It's a hug in a belly. I've been hugging people's stomachs for 10 years now.
Well, I'm
Okay.
looking forward to the end of the podcast.
Unfortunately, I didn't bring you brisket. I just smell like it today. So you get a hug, but
It works for me. I'll close my eyes.
But you guys did it really well during COVID. Like your boxes with all cellophane and or the wrap and all that stuff.
So we did. Yeah,
It
we
was
did.
really good.
And that was, again, that's another thing. I remember, it took me back to 2016 when I opened. When I opened, I was like, okay, this is going to be great. We had North by Northeast across the street in the big parking lot that we used to film in all the time. That was the Portland's parking lot. Then it went to, not to Cavalia, but Cirque du Soleil. Cirque du Soleil was in that lot for it felt like an
I remember
eternity.
that. Yeah.
I could have been selling hot dogs. It didn't matter about my food at the time. I happened to do good food, and that gave us a ton of exposure to people from all over the horseshoe, because people were coming from everywhere for Cirque du Soleil. And that gave us a great amount of exposure. But then that January happened. And I'll never forget, that January we sold $8,000. My rent's 10.
Oh my God.
Really? And I was like, what the fuck did I do? I'm like, there's no one down here. I'm like, this shit. And I just got on the phone, called all of my PMs. I'm like, guys, I'm doing catering now.
Ah, interesting.
No way.
Take a turn.
Like that. They just started hiring me. And that's what got me through year one. I wouldn't have made it to the spring if it wasn't for production people.
Oh man, really?
Wow.
Well, I gotta say, I'm glad you did it. Glad you made it. How has it all turned around? Is business back to?
It's I projected this year. We projected to be up about 20% from last year.
Okay.
We're up, I don't know, 35.
Whoa. Yeah.
But I don't know if I'll ever make up for the 4 years of getting my teeth kicked in.
No.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But are you still catering?
I've had to pull it back a bit. This has now opened up a mushroom of things that you're still doing catering. I'm doing less production catering because I can't get to it all, and it takes a lot of time with commercial shoots. You're talking about 70 to 100 people is a
Sure.
average shoot now.
Yeah.
At all times of day and night.
At all time, and then
Weekends.
But the worst part is I have to deal within a schedule because I'm running a restaurant. I'm not a caterer.
Right.
So when they say when the 2:00 lunch call, which means I show up at 12:34, turns into a 7 p.m. I'm like, I can't fucking do that.
Right.
I respect that, and I know they need the flexibility. So I only take those when I know that they could just flip it on a coin.
And there are companies in Toronto that, and everywhere else, there's a huge production.
Yeah. Who just do that.
Do that.
And you're a specialty spot too that really does things a certain way.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm told by production that I'm still a treat when I show up. It's different from the norm.
Yeah.
And I literally, I don't do it for the dollars and cents because there's more, because I'm going to get into it, but like I do catering for large scale construction companies. So I have all the big guys that you see downtown who fly their flags on condos and all this stuff. We do topping off parties, and the average topping off party is like 225 people for construction. And we just roll in with the same amount of equipment, same amount of people, and we know it now, and it's like a well-oiled machine.
What's a topping off party?
When they hit their milestone
Copy.
and get the rooftop mechanical room in place,
That makes sense.
it's essentially they've had a milestone.
Yeah.
And once they've hit that milestone, then they
have a party for all
They have
the
a party for all the subtrades.
Makes sense.
Oh, that's sweet.
Seems like a rap.
I've never
party.
heard of that. That's,
And
and it
it's-
sounds like a rap party. That's
Exactly,
a rap
and it's
party for-
flattering too because now we've done. So we did one for a company that's doing the reno at Scotiabank, and when we did their summer barbecue now, because it's almost a 5-year contract at Scotiabank that they're doing all those renovations and stuff. We showed up last year, and as we're pulling up and setting up tables and chairs, I've got the Sprinter truck that's all wrapped in the gear in the Cherry Street stuff. Guys are walking by on their cell phones. They're like, yo, it's those barbecue guys. Come down here and have lunch. All of a sudden, we went from a lunch for 200 people to 250 people. And because I'm like an old Italian mother, I'd never show up with just enough food.
Right.
So we fed 250. We fed 250. And then the suits show up from the office. I have zero food. They crushed everything. These are construction guys.
Yeah.
So I pack heavy. I go in there fully loaded, like we're going to war. And the suits show up and they're like, no, Lawrence, we understand. We heard a bunch of other people showed up. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Give me 10 minutes. I called the restaurant. I'm like, get X, Y, and Z ready for me. I'm coming right back. And I fed them. They're like, this is so kind of you, so kind of you. I'm like, you're paying the invoice. It's not kindness. I said, A, I want to make you happy because I want you to bring me back. And B, I'm like, you're going to pay me. I'm like, this is my it's my job.
Yeah, totally.
It's like, and it's so funny because a lot of people would have been like, we ran out of food. I'm like, what did you say? No. Go get food.
Okay, so after all this chit chat about food, we haven't really, despite the fact that we've mentioned it. Your restaurant is
Cherry Street Barbecue.
on.
5 Oquimon Way.
What the hell happened there? Look.
I hope I said it properly too.
That's-
I've had to learn a lot of pronunciation in the last month or so too.
Right.
With the park across the street, which
Right.
no one can pronounce.
But you're in Toronto,
Correct.
so it's
We were formerly 275 Cherry Street.
right.
My mail still comes to me and everything still says 275 Cherry Street. So we're the only building on that corner.
Right. Yeah.
So, and you can see us from New Cherry Street and Commissioner as well. So as long as you have the capacity to rotate your head 90 degrees, I'm right there. First TD Bank east of Yonge Street.
Yeah, it was formerly a bank, right?
Yeah, we were the first TD, and then I'm pretty sure up at the corner where it's been multiple things. It was a talent office, it was a sound studio for production people. That was the BMO, Bank of Montreal building.
Oh.
They have the cupola on top.
I think I remember it when it was the TD Bank, which is really weird.
That's impossible
Why?
because it switched in like '56. You were born in '69.
70.
70.
Is that right? 56? Why?
Yeah, I have the history in the front vestibule at Cherry. The previous owner of Cherry Street Restaurant, which the other thing too is I thought you guys were going to ask me between the what's the one that was at Front and Cherry that they always get us mixed up. They thought
Sure.
The Canary,
the Canary. Everyone's like, you're the Canary. I'm like, no, the Canary's the Canary.
which is really weird because before you got here, Blair and I and Andrew were having this conversation, and the Canary came up. That's true.
We were always.
Hilarious.
It's always been Cherry Street Restaurant, and my landlord. I think they bought the building in '56 or maybe in the '60s. Maybe they weren't the first owner from the bank, but it then became the restaurant, and they've serviced the dock workers. It was much busier back then.
Right.
Scrap guys, oil.
Well, it was a completely different area.
Oh yeah. We'd go, when our permits would expire, we'd go down there to finish a car job. No one gave a shit. We'd go down there with our PDOs and we continue shooting. You didn't.
Really, eh?
Yeah. Well, it was
empty.
It was empty. Even Front Street, where all that new stuff is along Front and Bayview.
Of course.
The East Distillery area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't exist.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. It's changed.
We'd launch
so
a
drastically.
cannon.
Big time.
Remember shooting at places like Graydon Hall and the distillery, and they're like, electrics didn't want to run a cable all the way around the building, so they just kicked some fucking bricks out and ran it through the wall.
Ah, that's hilarious. Yeah, I remember shooting down there all.
They're like, no, we removed this brick on the last job. It was still loose. They just pulled it out, and it's a cable run.
That's great.
Now I got to be honest. I mean, I think I was at your spot probably just earlier this year.
Okay.
And
And you didn't say hello, didn't send me a message, didn't nothing.
well, I walked in. It was just some dude behind the counter, whatever. I don't know. But I was in traffic. I was just in thick, stupid traffic, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm going to Cherry Street."
Was Commissioner open?
And I'm pretty sure I had just eaten. Like I had already eaten.
Was Commissioner open at the time, or was it still pre? Was it during closure?
I think it was. They were probably slowly petering off this construction.
Because it reopened February
so.
February 2024.
Okay, I think it was still doing. Like they were still like a lane down, a thing going, whatever, something like that. Yeah.
That's a testament to Cherry Street Barbecue, that you eat catered food on TV show set, and then you go to Cherry Street.
100%,
Some
man.
brisket.
It's you know what the funny thing is? There's duality here now. I remember the first catering I did on set, and I remembered all the times where I walked in and went, yeah, I'm gonna go sleep. I'd rather get sleep than have lunch.
I do it all the time.
So the first time
Yeah.
I was on set, and people came through, and people who I thought were like, I'm like, they weren't my friends in production. It was the group that I didn't usually work with, and they're like, Lauren, it's so good to see you, blah blah blah. And they're like, they came back for seconds. And I was like,
fucking right.
I'm like, holy fuck. this is, and they're like, this is so good. Can I get some to go?
I can only imagine.
It was unbelievably overwhelming, because I'm like, I know these people. They don't give a shit. They don't worry about my feelings. If the food sucks, they're fucking leaving.
Yes.
Fucking right.
They don't fucking care. They're not worried about my feelings anymore. So every time the usual crews are like shooting commercials in the area, and they come in for lunch,
Yeah.
I'm like, now I'm in a better place too, where I'm not running around like a fucking madman. I will always sit down and catch up on what's going on.
Right on.
Like the OG crew.
Yeah, I get it.
All the
Believe
guys.
me.
Guys. So, yeah, no, it's been a wild ride, and for sure it's been an emotional one too. It's crazy.
I can only imagine now. I mean, it is also. It's not like it's unheard of that opening a restaurant in general is just a hard business. It's a crazy business, and you got to be like head in the game all the time.
Average shelf life is 5 years.
Really?
You have the first 3 years to make money, and you close in 5.
And you,
Man, yeah.
and then you went through COVID.
Went through COVID. We figured out construction was a lot harder.
Which is interesting because
Now, is that over? Sorry. Is
No,
that
it's
over
fine.
now, the construction?
I mean, they're now doing finals.
Yeah, because
We're about to go to camera. They're doing finals
I've
Yeah.
been down there. I've been down there recently.
right now. Beauty department's on site, and they're just like brushing and sweeping and cleaning.
Can you cross over the Cherry Street Bridge?
Oh yeah. All the bridges are open.
When did that happen?
So we're now an island. You have to cross a bridge in every direction to get to Cherry Street.
You're an island.
I am an island. Like literally, I felt like I was alone on a fucking island. But now we're physically an island. When they brought the Don River around us.
Wow. I would use that in my marketing.
Yes, we are an island.
Come to the island.
Come to the island. It's not bad actually. Is that piece of paper I signed? Do I have to pay you for that?
No, but
That
I'll,
doesn't make it? Yeah.
yeah.
that's interesting.
Okay, so
I interrupted you.
no, that's all right. Just you're opening up. It's not that you opened up any old restaurant though. You opened up barbecue, man. Where did that? Where did it start? Can we go there? Inspiration and how it all
I mean,
came about.
I certainly, if looking back now as a business person and a restaurant owner, really should have stuck to my Italian roots and went with flour, salt, and water, because you can make a lot of money from pizza pasta.
Yeah.
Because the costs are a lot lower. I decided
It's easy
I
to
started to
do
take
well.
on the most cost prohibitive, labor intensive way to do food. And I'm still here after 10 years. So maybe I made a good decision.
I'm thinking so.
So we burn wood all night, no electricity. We cook protein that's ridiculously expensive. And we work inside a vacuum or a market that expects our product to be accessible by everyone. It's barbecue. It's everyone food. It should be cheap. Meanwhile, my chef friends who run the highest end steakhouses in the city buy the same cow that I do. Same cow. I take the brisket. They take the strip loin. They sell an 8-ounce strip loin for $103 at the restaurant.
What the?
I have to sell 8 ounces for $18, or I'm gouging. Same cow, different part of the animal.
And what is this? Is this formally expected? Like
It's
by
just
somebody?
because barbecue's the everybody food, right?
It
Barbecue
is.
makes everyone happy. You get together. It's also the romanticism of the word barbecue. Get together for barbecue. Like when I was a kid,
Yeah.
I got exposed to barbecue when I was 8, and I went down to Pittsburgh for the first time to spend summers with my aunt down there. And they're like, "We're having a barbecue." I'm like, I run outside, going like, "Where's the hamburgers and hot dogs?" And they're like, got this fucking oil drum going.
Yeah.
And it's
The
been going
brontosaurus,
since, it's been going since 4:30 in the morning. And they're like, "We're gonna eat at 6 o'clock tonight." I'm like, what? So I was exposed to the concept of what American style barbecue is from a very young age.
Love it. Love it.
So barbecue brings people together. Barbecue is everyone. As long as it's cooked on wood, it's barbecue, and it's community. It's all these beautiful things, and it's usually larger cuts of the lesser quality parts of the animal that you cook for a long time over a slow temperature, and it makes it really soft and supple.
Right.
You know what I mean? It makes it really it's a sumptuous feel in your mouth. It's very has a lot of connective tissue, a lot of collagen, a lot of muscle fiber that you're breaking down, and that's what happens after a long period of time. It makes it really, really delicious. You're eating meat butter. You should be eating meat butter.
That's the best.
Dude,
I'm so fucking hungry.
You're preaching to the choir here.
So in doing so, because it's always been the lesser cuts, it comes from like brisket's so popular in the Jewish community is because it was an offcut. They didn't have any money. They cooked it really slow and braised it in an oven and were able to slice it and eat it. And that's why it's so popular in Jewish culture, because it was a very affordable, large piece of meat that if you cooked it for a long period of time was really good. But now my brisket costs are astronomical. If someone
That's
comes
because
to
it's become more popular.
yeah, because I could charge, I guess, whatever I want, but at a certain point, there's what the market will bear.
Sure.
Certainly.
So right now, someone comes in and orders a half pound of brisket, and they don't. That's why we created plates with potato salad and sides, because the whole engineering of the plate. If you don't order French fries when you order my brisket, I'm losing money. If I just sliced brisket at the counter all day long and sold it for the price I sell it for, it wouldn't be a viable business. Literally. So that's it's the stuff that you got to take into consideration about
because of the cost of
the protein is so expensive. It's just so expensive. And now with what's happening with the economy of the United States and Canada, our costs are going up because they used to come up here and buy from our processors and bring down like half a cow that was processed. Now they're coming up and buying off the feedlot because they'll take a Canadian cow and put it on American soil for 40 days and feed it American feed for 40 days. It's USDA prime.
Wow.
And then they sell it back to us.
So let me get this straight. The Americans will buy a Canadian cow, feed it for 40 days with American product, and it becomes an American.
USD, it's now stamped USDA prime post slaughter.
But prior to that 40 days,
Okay.
it's still just a Canadian cow.
Yeah, it still drinks Tim Hortons and
Yeah.
So
and says, hey.
it says A.
So what's the ultimate difference here? What is America doing?
Oh, nothing. I mean, it's the economy now. So with
Yeah.
all the stuff that's happening,
Yeah.
they're just coming up and they've realized they have still a very strong dollar. So why not come up and buy something? If you're buying on par and you're saving 30%, that's good economy. That's good
Good for them.
good for them.
Good for them. Yeah.
I also like when I speak of everyone's like, you're so pro-American, this and that. I'm like, no, I'm pro-business and intelligence.
100%.
So if someone's succeeding at something and they're doing a good job and they're not hurting anyone, I applaud them. I'm like, wow, why didn't I think of that? That's the only envy I have when someone's successful. Fuck, I wish I would have done that.
Now,
100%.
now,
Otherwise, it's like, fucking bless you, man. Like high tide floats all boats.
Yeah.
Why?
That's why they make movies in Canada.
Correct. Yeah. And it's like, you want to put a tariff on that so that they stop doing it. I'm like, we've all made a really good living. I did for a very long time.
Making American product.
Baking
I think
product.
people also forget, though, that they wear American shoes. They like American actors and American music. Honestly, you're inspired by South American.
I cook their
culinary.
food. There's nothing more American than barbecue.
Just a second.
Yeah, and just because...
Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Kentucky bourbon.
Fucking A. I mean, it is what it is. I'm a foodie. I think he's a foodie. I mean, no, Blair's a foodie.
And we're all carnivores.
If you're not a foodie, you're not alive. Like, if you don't really enjoy food, you're probably not a friend of mine.
Dude, that's how I feel, man. Food is it is.
And you're probably a little dead inside. Can you imagine being someone who doesn't give a shit about what they eat? Can you imagine fucking going to dinner with someone and it's like,
yeah, no.
No.
I agree, man.
I have this whole other thing about it. Like, I have a binary system of friendship.
Yeah.
And I don't mean binary as in genders.
Yeah.
Binary is in the numerical system. You're a 1 or a 0 in my life. It's just, that's it. You're a 1 or a 0. I don't allow for integers. There's no negative ones. You don't take away from my enjoyment. You don't take away from my happiness. You don't take away from anything that I enjoy doing. Those people are omitted. I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah.
So you'd be a 0. And a 0 is not a negative, because it's not. It's a neutral.
It's a starting point.
I haven't talked to you in forever.
Yeah.
So you're back to being a 1. That's
I
all.
love that.
You know what I mean?
I graduated.
That's all it is. It's like 1s are active people in my life that I deal with every day or monthly or even once a year. It's just a phone call, whatever.
Yeah.
0s are everyone. It's the barista at a new coffee shop I've been to who I shared a laugh with and they made me my fucking flat white.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a negative 1? Nah, not a chance.
That's someone who's...
A negative 1 is like a 1 because they're allowed to do something in my life and I won't allow for that. You're messing with my shit. So you're actually, you're gone.
They're like traffic.
Yeah. They're noise.
Get out of my way.
They're noise.
Yeah.
Turn down the noise.
Yeah.
You turn them to 0 and they're gone.
I like it. I like it.
Well, we should have called Lawrence when we started the podcast, like we said we would. I know. I'd have been a 1, 2 year, 3 years ago.
Yeah. You'd be up at 3 or 4 now.
No, it's 1s and
just
zeros.
stays to 1?
1s and 0s. It's the fucking Matrix, guys.
No, I
the
love
Matrix.
it. I
1s
love
and
it.
0s.
I love it, but there's exceptions. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, yeah. Okay, so American style food. I since I was a little guy, my folks have been going to Tennessee on the regular every single year, and they will be going in November this year.
Where exactly?
We go to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge.
Yeah, and so every once in a while there's a Nashville trip or something like that.
Is that where they do the ATV park? Sorry, am I mixing it with something else?
ATV?
There's like an off-road. No, sorry.
They do. There's a. No, never mind. No.
That's Virginia. There's a place in Virginia.
All I know is there's good barbecue and a really, really fun whiskey bar.
Well, that's the thing.
Great barbecue. And I love it when sorry to cut you off.
No.
People come in, they're like, man, it's not like the brisket I had in Nashville. I'm like, find me 3 fucking people who cook brisket in Nashville, asshole. They only cook pork.
Really?
Yeah, and it's funny because I bring that up.
That's actually
one of the biggest barbecue guys who's got a place in Nashville, Pat Martin, who I've cooked with extensively, and he's like reach out and he's a great guy. We were laughing about this years ago at a barbecue thing. He was like, he was going through his Google reviews. The brisket was not good. It's not on the menu.
Okay.
Like literally, like people were like, he only started doing brisket. I've aging myself now with how long I've been doing it. He's probably had brisket on the menu for, I don't know, 8 years at this point. Now, this is going back 12 years ago. And he's like, I get Google reviews about shit I don't even cook.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
because
barbecue sort of sums up a thing.
Because brisket is uniquely Kansas City,
Oh,
and in their preparation, it's very different. But what really put the proliferation of brisket in barbecue was Aaron Franklin. No one will ever debate that. Aaron took brisket in Austin to an entirely new level, to the point where when I went down the first time, he had just opened the restaurant and come out of his trailer. I did the whole like, you know, journey to Mecca. I went down to Lockhart and I went to the big three. I went to Black's.
And Franklin's is the biggest.
Well,
Considered the American's biggest.
He was the first one who started the elevation of the game. So you have a hard and fast culture built on what they know.
Okay.
And then along comes this anomaly and a bit of a fucking pioneer and starts doing things a little differently. Starts paying attention to things a little differently. And I went down, I did Smitty's, Kreitz Market, Black's, which I have friends at all of them now.
Dude, that's amazing.
And it was a remarkable journey. And it's you want to talk about romantic, like
I envy
talk
this.
about directors. They're like, I need something with some patina. When you come to the restaurant, they were shot on a Hasselblad with one of my assistants at the time. Half a dozen tabletops that are all pictures I took on that journey. That's what's wrapping the tables.
Okay.
Everyone's like, where did you get these images? I'm like, well, we took them. And on this tour that we did. And it is
So cool.
fucking beautiful. Like I could sell these. People in a heartbeat. Like I'm so proud of them. They look so great. I didn't take them. The guy who was my assistant took them at the time. And it was like, you see how romantic a story can be when you tell it from a certain lens, right? It's like really, really beautiful.
Absolutely.
And you look at it from this perspective, and people, you go down there and people eat it up, which is why people are like, why don't you have like multiple Cherry Streets? I'm like, the beauty of Cherry Street is Cherry Street. You come there, you smell the wood burning. Even when we're closed and the fire's not running, they've loaded it for the next day. So I have smoldering wood. We don't do this as a marketing thing. We do it for an efficiency thing. So that my morning guy opens the flute, that fires up in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Because if you did
'Cause it's
open
so
one here in Cambridge,
I'd have to, I'd staff it and man it. But my thing is that I'm not a McDonald's. I can't open one on every corner.
No,
because
of course,
the beauty of Cherry Street is coming in and taking in the atmosphere.
Of course.
yeah, man.
The atmosphere is more intoxicating when I tell you a beautiful story than it is in a shopping mall in the concourse.
Of course. And
Absolutely.
after this podcast, there will be people all over the world. We have listeners and viewers from all over the world who will come to Toronto now and go to the Cherry Street Barbecue.
I can't wait.
You know,
Are they going to expect me to fall through the ceiling or something too? Because it's a
No, just call.
they will now.
We'll do it.
okay. Fall through the ceiling, I'll feed you.
But you're right. I mean, Franklin's is a Franklin's.
Frank. So when I went,
Cherry Street is a Cherry Street.
I did that whole weekend. Sorry, getting back to. Thank you for bringing me back.
No, it's cool.
Then we went and lined up at Franklin's at 7:30 in the morning. Got a coffee. We were probably the 100th person in line at 7:30 in the morning. Dragged a cooler filled with beers.
I can't believe you have to do that. I love this.
Dude, this is awesome. It's like
I'm
a
going.
concert.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm sitting on the cooler. I'm still friends with the people I met in line in front of me. The ones behind me, they were weird. The ones in front of me, I'm still in contact with them. And I met them in line at Franklin's in 20.
Are they ones?
In 20. No, they're zeros now. I haven't talked to them in a while.
Okay.
So they're still in my life.
Yeah.
I just haven't talked to them.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
I see where we're going to go with this. They were really great people. And so we sat there, and it's funny because to bring it full circle. So this was 2012-ish, I think. You can't hold me to my dates because I'm like, can't fucking remember shit. Sat there, met these people. We get in there. They're coming down the line, by the way, and they're going, so you'll be out of brisket, like they're at like number 200. We'll be done. There won't be any turkey for you. They had they
God,
knew
man.
exactly what they cooked every day.
Wow.
So they managed expectations remarkably well because people are coming in from all over the world to taste this guy's barbecue. I get up there, I see him on the block, he's carving, and I'm like, I might as well be fucking looking at the Beatles. And I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. And he's slicing, and then he comes over and he hands me a piece. He's chumming the water. So they call it chumming. They send stuff down the line. So you're like, this is why you waited 4 fucking hours.
Absolutely.
And you put it,
that's brilliant.
you put it in your mouth. And when I opened Cherry, I used to chum. I'd send stuff down the line. I'm like, I'd have a bunch of like little offcuts. I'm like, here, just let everyone taste everything in the line.
That is absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
So it was pretty wild. And then, so I'm watching him slice, and I'm just I'm dumbfounded. I can't even speak to him. And at this point, I've worked with fucking everyone, like sports celebrities, Gretzky, 100 fucking, like all these people. I couldn't speak to Aaron Franklin. I was like,
I love that. Dude, yeah.
that's literally the Messiah. of brisket. And I tasted it, and he sliced it, and we went and sat down, and
it sucked.
it
I'm just kidding.
no, it changed my life. This is such a similar story with so many people from like my gen, like who've been cooking for at least a decade in barbecue, who aren't from Texas, who tasted his barbecue, and it was like, it was so, it was so different. I'm like, I couldn't believe that someone took something that was really good and made it like
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Okay, so it begs the question, what is he doing that's different than anyone else? What's he doing with his that you're not doing or you are now? How?
I might get like burnt for this, but even though he had no culinary experience and he had no like kitchen experience,
Neither did moms and grandmas.
yeah, but he approached it like a chef, even though if he wouldn't admit it or acknowledge it, he thought about it differently. Like all these guys have been doing what their daddy's daddy taught them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is what you do. And he started being like meticulous and like my friend group in that group of people is like we're all fucking happy nerds. We nerd out about stupid shit. We nerd out about how our wood burns. We nerd out about how stuff breaks down during a cook and what we can do during different aspects of the cook to maintain, retain, or further a flavor profile. It's not like I threw a brisket on my Traeger this weekend. It turned out real good. I'm like, awesome. Good on you.
Yeah.
This is like we don't sleep at night because we think about how to make it better. That's the difference.
Well, there's a massive amount of competition out there.
Yeah, but I have to ask a question. You said think like a chef. Okay, so I'm a stuntman. I probably put a brisket on my Traeger, and it was awesome. What do you mean? Think like a chef. What's the difference?
You think like a chef when you go to bed at night and you can't think about how to rig a thing, and then you figure it out in your sleep, and you wake up and you know the answer.
Yes, sir.
That's the nerd aspect. People who are
Totally.
who excel at their jobs are nerds,
Totally, man.
and nerds are a good thing.
They're the running
You go to bed and your head races
Yeah.
until you solve.
Yes.
You're a chef.
Fascinating.
I love it, man. But okay, you went down, you saw the Messiah.
I'm a one.
You went down, you saw
I
the
might hit
Messiah.
2 if we get a refill.
And now I don't want to.
Come
I don't
over.
want to diss the Messiah. I'll take it as well.
I'm
I
crossing.
should probably start talking.
I'll take your water too if you're talking about it.
Oh yeah, please do it up, man. I mean, oh my God! Like I've seen Aaron's videos and things on
His
Instagram.
master class taught more people how to make good barbecue than anything else that's ever happened in the world.
Really?
I think so. I watched it.
He has a master class? Oh my God!
Yeah.
I want to watch it just for the sake of watching.
His book and his master class can take an average person who's a
How old is
Pat, Aaron?
he? Yeah, because he doesn't look like a old guy.
I'm
Oh,
horrible
maybe,
with age.
maybe he is. Maybe he is.
I'm no. Aaron's got to be. He's probably maybe early 40s now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's a pretty young dude.
Yeah, he got into it. He got into it young.
47. Okay. Thank you, Blair.
I mean, I knew we were close in age because I've cooked at his event with people from New York, and I've been around him quite a few times.
But now is it? I understand he's the Messiah, but there's a lot of places in the United States, man.
Yeah.
America is cooking barbecue around the clock everywhere you go. California might even try to claim something, but
Well-
you know, what is there a particular place that you have been that has truly been the best, or is that in fact Franklin's?
Because I'm a huge fan of beef, barbecuing beef. Beef is intrinsic to Texas. The rest
Okay.
of America cooks pork.
Okay.
Texas is beef, right?
And yes, you're.
Beef and sausage.
I never even
Because
thought
the early
about it.
settlers were Czechs, Germans, and what did? They had smokehouses to preserve meat for a longer period of time.
You're right.
and it was predominantly beef based, right? So
Okay.
and the rest of Middle America cooks mostly pork.
Which is totally true.
So
I go down to
ribs,
Nashville.
so
That's what it is.
Yeah, whole hog.
Yeah,
Nashville's
yeah.
whole hog.
And it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So things like Texas Monthly top 50. So Texas Monthly magazine has the only dedicated editor to barbecue in America. So Texas Monthly magazine has a Daniel Vaughn is their barbecue editor. And they have something called the Texas Monthly Top 50, and it comes out every year. It's become so big that making the list changes your trajectory for the year. Like you make top 10, you're going to go up
Wow.
twofold. You make top 20, you go up, onefold.
Sure,
Make top 30, you go 0.5-fold. Like I don't know those as accurate numbers, but I've met so many people who make the list because I've gone down to cook at the festival, and they're all on this list. And being on the list changes everything for them.
Wow. Okay.
Because all the people who travel to Texas to taste barbecue work off this list. They work off this list. And so I cooked down there with a friend of mine, Chef John Bates from Interstellar. He went down, I think he was number 4 on the list. And this was last November. Okay. And when we were down there, they announced that the Michelin Awards were going to travel to Texas. So Michelin was about to come to Texas and nominate people and nominate food. They were going to evaluate the state of Texas. It put in perspective. State of Texas, population-wise, is bigger than Canada.
Yeah.
Right? So we have Canada's massive landmass, 39 million people, 40 million people. That's Texas.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're going down to evaluate a state that is the size of a country.
Totally.
I was talking to John about it, and I'm like, dude, this is so cool. This is so cool. And I was down there, and I was wearing the shirt, and he's like, I'm like, go ahead, touch it. I go, you got invited to the dance. You're going to be on stage. You are amazing, super talented, amazing barbecue. Like just literally, like I'm like, I want to be more like him. Like he's just innovative, and he's the new school of barbecue. So he's cooking different things, right? So they're again pushing the envelope, pushing food. Cooking on wood.
I'm literally sitting here rethinking my lifestyle.
Yeah.
What I want to do as a career.
I cook on oak because that's what I love and is near and dear to me because that's what they cook on.
I cook on oak
in Texas.
myself.
Now, when you
That's right.
he does cook. Believe me, he's cook. When you cook on oak, is it a pellet?
No, it's logs of wood.
Logs.
Splits.
Okay.
Yeah, we're old school. We burn fires. For 20 years, I put out fires for production. Now I like them.
Fucking right.
Literally, Lawrence, go jump on the grenade. Okay. Kaboom.
Okay, so back to nerding out in the South.
Yes.
Franklin. Mm-hmm. But then elsewhere, where have you been? You said you were talking about beef. How your inspiration is beef and this and that. Now, honestly, I cook a ton of steak in my backyard on my my grill, and I cook it as hot as possible. I try to get a flame that might burn the house down. Don't let my lady see what's going on here, and I try to cook the hottest piece of steak. It's obviously a backwards way of cooking brisket or other meats that have to sit and soak in the heat.
It's not backwards at all.
Okay,
it's a completely different technique.
So why can't I slow cook a steak really?
So we're all Canadian in the room right now, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
So you grew up watching movies and commercials because it was a product of why you had a roof over your head.
Right.
So how many Canadian Tire commercials did you watch when they're like, it's barbecue season, and the guy's cooking hot dogs and hamburgers?
I've been in several.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've been on them together.
That's right.
Yeah, and I've been part of these
including the frozen truck.
Exactly correct.
Remember the ice truck?
Oh, yeah. Just so people know, if they saw the ice truck commercial, 16,000 pounds of solid ice. And
were you there for that? No. Okay.
Was I there? I can't. I want to say yes.
yeah, so do I.
I think it was. You know what? There was 2 jobs happening, and the production designer was on both of them.
Okay.
And I think he may have been lamenting to me about the pain in the ass job and showed it to me.
Yeah.
And you were on set, and I was on literally like 2 blocks over because it was shot in Etobicoke.
Yeah.
And I was at another house doing another job. But I felt like I was on it because I'm like, oh, I'm going to come over and say hi to Randy.
Oh, okay.
You remember
Right on.
when I drove the truck out the driveway and you see my arm come out of the truck, wave? I was waving at you,
That's right.
trying to get a 1.
Yeah.
So back to the Canadian Tire thing. Our marketing and our like the vernacular that they used to sell stuff to Canadians is that it's barbecue season. Now Home Depot does it, Lowe's does it, and they do it in the US too. But it's a little bit more, they do it with, I think, a little bit more trepidation, especially in the South, because barbecue is low and slow cooking on wood. End of story. That's the only definition of barbecue. Grilling is what you're doing.
Okay.
So lean cuts of meat need to be cooked hot and fast because they don't have any connective tissue. They don't have any collagen in them. They don't have a ton of fat. You cook them hot and fast like game meat. When you're cooking game is in the wild. It needs to fight, it needs to flight, it needs to be fucking ready to go. You don't see a lot of fat fucking deer. Guess, you know what I mean? Because they have to be physically able to move quickly at any given point in time.
Right.
They're not, unless they're farmed venison, and then they're nice and more supple and they taste more like, something less gamey. But there's a reason why game meat is super lean. Like I've cooked wild turkey. The first wild turkey I cooked, I was embarrassed. It was fucking shoe leather. And I was like, oh, that's right. These aren't like regular turkeys where they're sitting around going gobble gobble and fucking not moving. These things are hunting and killing.
What is it turkeys do?
Gobble gobble.
Yeah. That was perfect, actually.
I thought it was a turkey.
There's a turkey. There's a turkey here somewhere. So we do hot and fast cooking for lean meats like steaks, and barbecue is reserved for large muscles, entire muscles. Like a brisket's an entire muscle.
And that's the neck, right? The brisket?
It's the chest.
Oh, the chest. Okay.
Think about it. How heavy is a cow? And it's doing a push-up its entire life. It's literally standing its entire life. It's doing a push-up.
And most of its weight's on its front feet,
Correct.
True.
like a horse.
There's, you know what? There's certain guys in the States, old school thinking is that guys will purposely try to cook left briskets over right briskets.
Because they lean?
They lean.
Well, that's weird because I always tell my lady I like your left brisket over your right one.
That's anatomical as to where their heart is in relation to their brisket.
Yeah, Mandy's gonna hate this one.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't have said her name.
She's like,
Yeah, I shouldn't have.
Yeah, shout out to Mandy.
don't ever have Lawrence on the show again.
Shout out to Mandy's left brisket.
Andrew's a carnivore.
Yep. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm blushing.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers to Mandy. Sorry, Lawrence, I totally interrupted.
So yeah, they cooked a certain brisket over another one.
That was awesome.
You can't complicate a simple brain. I have a simple brain, and you threw me a curveball.
You know that one's ending up on the internet
Yeah,
in short form.
it'd be a good little like punch out.
Yeah.
Okay, so Andrew mentioned that the brisket was the neck. And
Yeah,
for some
that's actually a clod. It's called a
Chest.
clod.
a clod?
Oh,
Yeah.
Claude.
So clod.
Andrew?
No,
Claude.
Or the neck?
the neck.
Yeah.
The neck is a clod. That's what if you're gonna order another, which is another great cut to barbecue,
Okay.
is the clod. Shoulder clods are awesome.
Okay, so personally, I've never ever ordered a clod or even
They-
heard of it.
Yeah.
But I always thought that the brisket was from the cow's neck.
Yeah, I know.
Why is that? Why do people think that?
I'm not sure.
And maybe just Andrew and I.
Well, quite often we'll be at a catering, and I'll be on the block, and I'll be slicing, and I'll have various things on the block, and I'll be cutting into a turkey breast because we smoke. I think the most undervalued or the most underappreciated cut of barbecue is actually turkey. Turkey breast smoked is just bonkers good.
Really? Oh.
And I'll have it out, and they're like, "Is that the brisket?" And I'll be like, "Of the turkey."
Okay.
Of the turkey. It's a
podcast, I
muscle.
hear Blair over there laughing.
It's a muscle. So the breast of any, like, it would be, you couldn't really smoke a duck breast, but it would technically be the brisket.
Okay.
The chest muscle of any animal is where you would harvest the brisket.
So, and there's an argument that the left is tougher than the
I
right.
can't remember if it's the left or the right, so it's like
Either way.
One of them is because they tend to lean on
tend to
one side.
lean
or
on
the
one
other.
foot.
Yeah, or sorry, it's more so if you see a cow lie down in the field,
Yes.
they always get up the same way. So if they get up on the right, it would be the right breast that does the most amount of work. So the left breast would
man.
be easier to cook.
So they're doing a bit of a push up on that one side. Getting
Correct.
Up.
So you got a
Okay.
little softer.
Yeah, so
thing
because
going on.
cows don't get up with both feet, they get up on one, and then they.
Right.
Yeah, yo, what the hell? This is amazing.
That's nerd shit.
That is nerd shit, and it's amazing.
I don't know if it really holds any water though, because we cook a lot of briskets, left or right. They both taste delicious.
I don't.
Now-
I don't know. I don't know why this comes to mind, but do you know how you can tell how many cows are in a particular field?
No,
Count their feet and divide by 4.
Wow. Wow, that was some nerd shit.
no, I call that a dad joke.
That is a dad joke for sure.
I'm good at those now too.
I don't get to tell them.
See, we started late. Mine's turning 6.
Okay.
Oh, right on, man.
You have an entirely your own family. So
Yeah, I've been hearing dad jokes for fucking
Yeah.
way too long.
long time.
Yeah. My apologies.
No, I don't care.
I remember you guys when you were running around on set like little fucking rats.
Yes, you do.
Oh, I bet, I
Now,
bet,
that's the
yeah.
thing. You would remember these guys and my 2 daughters when they're just
They're
kids.
just sitting in the truck.
100%.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been
It
around
doesn't
a
make me
long
feel
time.
old at all.
And Blair, you were just a teenager.
Yeah. No, Blair was just showing up like the cool guy who had to do the car stuff. Oh, Blair's on the job. Blair's on the job. Cool.
The cool guy. He's still pretty cool.
And he's still showing up on the car jobs.
When I buy a steak, I actually go to a place here. Shout out to Robert's Boxed Meats, because they leave fat on their steaks, man.
Kitchener.
They don't. Yeah, in Kitchener.
That is flavor.
Fat is flavor, man.
And that's good for you.
It's
I mean, when you eat it,
it's got healthy.
you shouldn't carry a lot of it, but
You shouldn't carry it, but you should eat it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
that's a good line. Don't carry it, but you should eat it.
Yeah, don't carry it.
Eat it.
Ah, bam.
I think we're onto something.
Don't carry
It's
it.
my new T-shirt.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Don't. 1 second.
I want it, but
Copy that.
I want to see those shirts on set.
don't
Fuck
carry
yeah,
it. Eat
dude.
it.
Oh man, I love that.
I'll sponsor
Great.
it.
It's great. And then it should say dash fat. Or maybe that's, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so you're saying long and hot,
No,
sorry,
hot and fast.
hot and fast for a steak. That's what I do. And that's what I'm of
doing
the
it right.
understanding. But the fat, you did make a comment saying that, leaner meats. When I, and
No.
I
So when I-
understand why.
Different styles. So
Okay.
with briskets, the fat is intermuscular. It's within the muscle. So if you take a cross section of it, you're cooking connective tissue and collagen and all the rest of it. That is a big working muscle that you're going to break down. When you're cooking a strip loin,
Yeah. Oh, the fat's on the outside.
it's just on the outside.
Ah.
The meat is very red, right? So it's like you want some interstitial fat in there, but it's a different kind of fat because it doesn't get worked like a chest
Right.
muscle.
Okay.
So it under intense heat, it will become soluble.
What about something crazy like Wagyu or something, where it's the fat is just so freaking insane and intense through the meat?
It's a nice experience.
But that's it.
It's a delicacy. It's like saying, I like to eat foie gras every day. Well, I'm like, well, in 5 years, I'll see you in your grave.
Right.
It's a luxury. It's a treat. It should be enjoyed in severe moderation.
I have to say,
Okay.
Andrew, Andrew's an incredible barbecuer. At least in my opinion, he's made me some stuff that is mind-bending. And
And you've eaten out a lot, so it's not like you're comparing it to Montana's.
that's absolutely
You're comparing it to like really good food.
real stuff.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. So he bought me a couple of Wagyu steaks.
Yeah.
Am I saying that?
It's like
correct?
as a birthday thing or whatever.
Were they
Father's Day, I think.
were they A5s or were they like Snake River Farms or
No idea, but
I think golden.
were they real Japanese or were they Australian?
I think they were Australian.
Okay, so they're okay. Delicious.
Probably Australian.
Delicious, but
they really are amazing. But I mean,
but I
so good.
but I
Japanese is a
I
bit
didn't want to risk ruining them. So I had him come and do it for me, and they were absolutely.
But man, does it create a
amazing.
flame?
Oh yeah,
You know.
that I cooked them on a grill, but I cook them in a cast iron.
Cast iron? Okay.
So cast iron on the grill.
Oh man, I'm taking.
With Wagyu, you don't need to. So usually you need to add some kind of fat, aka oil, in the pan.
Yeah.
High flash point, so it doesn't burn. There's nothing worse than putting an acrid taste on your meat. And if you use like olive oil in a cast iron pan that's ripping hot, it smells like the burnt pits of an olive. Like it's gross. It's not good. You have to use something that has a high flash point. And you're doing that just so that your protein doesn't stick to the surface. With Wagyu, you can get away with no oil because that shit starts to melt immediately.
Yeah, it becomes your oil real quick.
It's like cooking foie gras. It's like searing foie gras.
But you're doing this in a cast iron pan.
Yeah, because I don't want any flames.
Well, that's what you cooked me. You cooked it on the cast iron.
I don't want any in something as delicate as that. I don't want flames to char it, even though I like the caramelization factor. But I'd rather get my caramelization through the cast iron pan, contact with the steak, and it's funny because when I have a line at the restaurant, and people are like, "So our smash burger, people love our smash burger," but I'm like, it's just ground brisket, no filler, no seasoning, no nothing. So when that ball comes out of the fridge, I'm like,
No salt?
First of all, let it come to room temp because you don't want it to steam. If it's really, really cold, the meat will steam. So you got to cook your steaks from room temp all the time.
Okay, so let me ask a question. Steam gets hot and cooks.
Correct?
So no steam.
You don't want it because you want it to caramelize. If
Right.
you have steam, you won't get the Maillard effect. Nerds. Is the browning of the meat, the searing of the meat with the hot surface.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's how you get caramelization of protein. If I take a ball of meat, put it on my flat top, and smash it with a paddle,
Yeah.
and leave it covered, it'll steam, and the steam will not allow browning to happen because there's too much water. You need dryness and heat to caramelize. So there's a bit of a balance.
I will be watching this again many times.
Yeah. This is an
Oh
education.
man.
So basically what you want to do is so often what I'll do is I'll teach the young cooks who haven't done a lot of, if I'm doing something where I'm like doing a cheesesteak on the flat top, or if I'm doing the burger, or I'm doing whatever, the only time I bring moisture to the equation is when I want the meat to release from the flat top. So I hit it with a squeezed bottle of water and I put a lid on it, and that steam will there's nothing hotter than steam. That steam will take the
I
meat
see.
and lift it right off the flat top. It will release it from its surface that it's cooking on. And melt cheese.
Because, this is against what most people would probably think immediately.
But I'm also talking about a hot, flat surface, not a grill. I don't want anyone to go home and be like, I covered on the grill and I hit it with water and nothing happened. I'm like,
I see. Well, that's true.
hot, flat surface.
Okay.
Hot, flat, metal surface. Not a grill. You can't use this technique on a grill. On a grill, if the meat doesn't release from the grill, you're not cooking hot enough. And you don't have this problem. If you're cooking really hot, which is what you should do, cook really, really hot, get beautiful like diamond plate marks on it, make it look all pretty, Ponderosa style.
Yeah.
And then take that steak and put it over on the cold side where it's not lit, but it's still hot, and let it finish. Because all the best French techniques for cooking steak are like cast iron pan, put it in the oven, finish in the oven. You're not finishing on the grill. Like when you buy one of these massive porterhouses and it's like super sexy and it's got the bone and all that stuff,
Yeah.
or a really big Fiorentina, like a T-bone,
Yeah.
it's so thick that you can't cook it without destroying it on a grill. You have to put the marks on it. You have to cook it to a certain point, and then you got to finish in the oven. And that's when you see the guys doing the basting with the butter.
Really?
Yeah. The volume of the meat is too large for you to cook it fully on a grill without. Sorry, I take it back. You can do it, but no home cook should ever do it because it's almost impossible.
Well, see, that's interesting.
Most guys who cook steaks for a living don't want to do it that way. They'd rather finish in the oven. Once it looks great on the outside, once it looks beautiful and it's got all the char marks and all the stuff that you want it to look like.
Yeah, for presentation purposes.
So for a big T-bone, I would put that motherfucker back up like a pyramid and put it in the oven and let it finish.
Really? See,
Or in the side of the grill.
See, I usually get those what do you call those, a quick fry or whatever they're called, fast fry.
Fast fry
You know,
steaks?
because they're thin and
Sure.
you can throw them on a grill, cook 4 of them,
Yeah.
and it's enough for me and my gal. But I sear them. You know, it's enough. If it's so thick, you're right. I actually find the moment where I don't know what more to do to make this a better thing.
We're going to elevate your game.
I couldn't hear that.
We're gonna elevate my game, man. I can't wait.
Everyone's going to be like, I just want to go to his house for dinner because it's delicious.
Oh my god, man.
So you know what?
Lawrence,
Sometimes
can I-
it's hard to carry a big piece of meat and make it palatable for everyone.
Most
Yeah,
men-
I've been doing that
most
my
men-
whole life.
most men
Blair's
like
giggling.
that.
He knows where I'm going with it. Hold on. That's the other thing, too, is that you have to preface this entire show with, like, we're talking about barbecue meat. I
Oh.
have jokes for days.
Okay, so
Yes,
ask your question.
What question?
How much meat am I packing?
No, like, why?
I do want to know.
Like, why would you pound your meat?
Oh yeah.
Loneliness.
Oh yeah. Yeah, lonely
COVID.
for sure.
It's a Paul Lynde joke from the TV.
If it's
series,
COVID, it's cellophane wrapped.
Yeah.
and
It's
Paul-
safe.
Paul
Yeah.
Lynde,
And I wear a mask.
Yeah. Oh my god. Please
Hollywood Squares.
take it off.
Paul Lynde. Look it up. It's as hilarious as hell. Why would one pound his meat?
I mean, usually to make it tender.
That
Yeah, that's the real answer.
that too. No, I understand. That's
the real
I just want to tell the joke.
Can you imagine having unpounded schnitzel? Be horrible.
Yeah, would also be really thick.
It would. Not tasty.
So do you not? Because you do amazing sausage.
We have a really, really remarkable sausage program.
Speaking of all,
I just came back. That's a good segue. So I just came back from Calgary. We did an event called Brewing the Beast, and it was an amazing event. There was a 33rd time they've done the event. They do it in Vancouver, Victoria, and Calgary, and it's really showy. There's like 61 chefs or restaurants, and it's all live fire. Everyone's burning a flame. So there's one guy who's got this massive pyramid, and he's cooking Argentinian style. It's wild. And I'm sitting there like, I was cooking on a Franklin smoker because the smoker broker guy out there was like, I'm like, I need a smoker to cook my sausages. So I went out there with a sausage, and like at least 50% of the chefs were like, dude, that was the best bite of the day. It was like so flattering. And I mean, like, cause you show up with a sausage and people are like, oh, you're mailing it in. I'm like, no, it's fucking ridiculous. We did a porchetta sausage with rapini and provolone inside. And then I brought a bunch of Parmesan skins with no cheese on them, and I threw them in the fryer. And they puffed up like chicharrones. And the cheese rinds went on top of the porchetta sausage. That was served on focaccia that was made by a local baker she's a fucking baller and a beast. I love her to death. Her name's Renee. Erin, sorry. And she did this amazing focaccia for me, so I grilled it off.
that's Renee backwards, by the way.
Yeah.
Just want to let you guys know.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Not quite.
Verbal dialects.
And and it was just our triple crunch mustard, the Parmesan chicharron on the porchetta sausage, and people were like losing their minds. And I'm like,
That sounds insane.
because I took a dish, I took a classic dish that I could have cooked a whole porchetta out there, like it wouldn't have been out of my wheelhouse. I do it all the time. But I put all of that single bite. They wanted a 2-ounce bite per person. 61 vendors, 1,000 people. They're like, people were getting us. They're like, we're only eating this because we were told we had to. People are stuffed. So I wanted a 2-ounce bite that brought a party.
Everything.
That brought everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
And people were like, this is ridiculous. And then they would come back in. They're like,
Dessert.
can I just get the sausage without the bread? I'm really, really full. I'm like, you can have whatever you want. And it was a huge home run. So going back to the whole sausage thing, yeah, we have a massive sausage program.
What was that?
Is a massive sausage
Program.
Sorry.
Sounds like they do human trafficking through the. No, I'm just kidding.
So we do a lot of it. We do, and so we've got stuff. We've always running a feature sausage over at Scotiabank Arena in our stall over there. So there's always a sausage on the menu there.
So
We run three.
okay, so
we
let's-
run 3 at Jerry.
No. We got to go back. You have a stall at the
Scotiabank.
Scotiabank Arena?
Yeah, Cherry Street Barbecue is available at Scotiabank Arena.
Wow, cool.
Well, not this year. For the first time in 4 years, because there's construction up in our section.
Right.
Oh, I see.
So we'll find our way into the menu we're going to be in the suites this year because we're working with the catering group that handles the suites.
Okay.
So we're going to have menu items up there. And obviously we've been longtime partners and friends with all the team at MLSE. And it was funny too, because this was one of the things that was birthed prior to COVID. And we had big plans to do all this stuff. And then it went dormant because we all tried to figure out what the hell we were doing. And then we went in, I think we went in just at the end of when things reopened. So actually, sorry, I was in there before because during the lockdown, I was going to the arena to deliver food when they did the North and South. They had Canadian teams all playing together and American teams were all playing together. Oh man, that section of COVID, that was rough. I mean, I probably had about 100 tests. I had about 100 tests, and then I was still getting tested to go on set because I was doing the occasional catering.
Yeah.
So even the caterers had to get tested. Sometimes at certain locations, they test me in and out. I'm like, guys, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't want this in my nose.
Oh, believe me, between the three of us, I bet there's been thousands.
Yeah,
I bet the cows are real pissed off getting those things in their nose.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to picture that one cow doing that push-up on one side.
On one arm.
Back to sausage. You're a beef guy, but the sausage, why?
We do well. Again, it goes back to the whole thing about Texas. The two things about Texas is that the sausage program and the brisket or beef is intrinsic to Texas barbecue. They're known because of the early settlers, Czechs, Germans, all sausage people.
Absolutely, yeah.
And smoking was a way of preserving.
Yeah.
So you make a sausage, you cold smoke it.
You can travel
as long as you keep it in a fridge. You can't do it nowadays. I mean, if they cold smoked a sausage, it lasts you it'll get you through the winter. You can eat a cold smoked sausage out of your fridge 6 months later, as long as it's been held properly and it wasn't exposed to any kind of weird.
Well, that's what they would do on a fire, right? I mean, they would travel, and settlers would hunt their meat, slice it thin, put it beside the fire, let it smoke.
Correct.
Yeah.
And they could have it.
Well, that's the old smokehouses where they were able to do fish and all that stuff. That's where cold smoking comes from. They build the fire so far away from the place that the meat's being hung that you get this 80 to 120 degree smoke, and it almost cures, dehydrates. That's why a lot of the early settlers who did the sausages.
Who the hell figured this out?
It's funny, back when I was meeting all these guys who were cooking whole hog, and and they would tell their stories. My daddy been doing this for 120 years, and blah blah blah. And one day it just kind of dawned on me, and I'm like, yo, my people have been doing this for 2,000 fucking years. Ever heard of the Romans?
I'm like, well, that's true. Right?
We've been cooking whole animals for 2,000 years. It was an ongoing joke in the barbecue group. I'm like, my daddy. I'm like, no, my ancestors cooked whole hogs.
They're in history books.
Yeah, you might read about them. They're called the Romans.
So do you still have the Italian restaurant?
So no, Italian deli. So
The deli?
So Elm Street Italian Deli was born out of that was. So I loved barbecue, and it's kind of like who I am intrinsically, and I was super passionate about it. But something that I really loved too was this classic. So the Italian deli is Italian deli, but it's Italian American deli. It's the stuff that I was exposed to going down to Brooklyn.
Sure.
Going to the Bronx, traveling around. So before I opened the deli, I took one of my managers at the time, and we went and we ate so many sandwiches. It's awesome, but it's like you can actually have sandwich overload and fresh mozzarella. They're pulling mozzarella and they're baking the bread, and I'm like, fuck, this is beautiful. I'm like, this is literally the shit that I love, and we don't have it in Toronto anymore. Like, there was Belly Busters up at Yonge and York Mills, and they were like a Mr. Sub, right? But there was no one like the fresh semolina bread, and like slow cooked meats and like fucking peppers and onions and like all that hot table stuff. You could go to Camiso's out on King Court, right? Over at Keele and Lawrence. They still had the hot table thing going. And it was somewhere between a marriage of like a Camiso Brothers Racco Bakery and a sub shop. But New York, because New York Italian is not Italian. Like you go to New York and you have Italian food. It's not like memories of Tuscany. They've been around and doing it for so long. they have their own.
Right.
They are. Italian American cuisine is a culture. It's a food. They do it better than everyone else in the world because it's theirs. And it's taken 100 years to evolve and create. You know? Like the guys doing pizzas and all that stuff in New York City, they don't care what the guys in Naples are doing. It's their fucking pizza. It's also why I love New York so much. Like, can you imagine like back in the early days when I was a big basketball fan, a big sports fan, and the Raptors started, and an athlete would come up, Kobe would be here. Oh, what do you think of our fair city? What do you think of Toronto? Because we're so nervous. Can you imagine a reporter in New York being like, what do you think of New York? They don't fucking care. They're New York.
They're like, welcome.
They're like, thank you for coming here. And it comes through in the food too. New York Italians, they're not being like, we're not fucking Tuscany. We're not Sicily. We're not, those are where our people came from. But we've been making this food for 100 years. It's ours.
Huh. Yeah.
So Italian American cuisine is it's its own fucking thing.
Yeah.
And they're unapologetic, which I love. They do it. It's amazing. It's like,
that's just quintessentially American.
in New York.
In New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that like for years, it's like, I don't want to get into like too much. Everyone's like, oh, but Toronto's like, we've always been like in the redhead stepchild of New York. We're always trying to be like a big city. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ.
I feel it a little bit. Like we've always had this inferiority complex, I find.
Oh, no. I absolutely understand.
Until fucking Drake showed up.
I understand.
We were always like, what do you think of us? Do you like us?
I understand.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're still like that, man.
And now it's like you go to New York and you step on someone's toe and they're like, hey, watch where the fuck you're going. In Toronto, you step on someone's foot. They're like, oh my God, sorry. And as they walk away, they're like, I hope you die.
Yeah.
Like, fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
I find that we don't. I think it's changed. It's changed in the last decade.
I'm not so sure. My advice to every Canadian actor, I've always said, if you don't enter the Canadian film industry with an American attitude, you're going to get washed out really, really quickly.
It's like, sorry, who were you again? Oh, they forgot you.
That's right.
And there's a fine line between being like verbose and overconfident, being a dick, and just being like like I felt like I hit my stride in locations when a director would come in and he'd be like, throw out some weird fucking film reference, and I'm like, I was comfortable with and be like, oh, I don't know anything about that. Tell me. Whereas the early me would have been like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't fucking know what you're talking about. I was too afraid to admit I didn't know.
Yeah, right.
Now I'm like, you know what? That's intriguing. I would love to hear more about it. Why don't you tell me about it? And then that night I'd go home because I'm a maniac and I'd stay up all fucking night learning about it. And the next day I'd come back and feed it to him. And I'm like, oh, you were scratching the surface too, motherfucker. You really don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I would reverse the test and be like, oh, how much do you know about it? Mm-hmm. There was ADs that we worked with. I remember working someone in particular when the FX guy was like over from Germany or something. He's like, we have to do this, and this on the green screen. He's like, well, actually, that's incorrect. We should. And he just tore him apart because this person was a maniac and a nerd, and I love him to death, and was like really good at what he does. And he didn't sleep because he just learned all the time.
You can tell me later.
No, you know who it is.
I know who it is, but you have to tell me later.
Yeah. I watch this man undress more fucking post-effects people than anyone ever. Because he's like, I eat this shit in my sleep, and you don't know what you're talking about, so we're going to do it this way.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing with barbecue today.
I just love it. And I'm like...
Okay, so I remember, I got to tell you straight up, I remember very distinctly the day you told me what you were going to do.
Wow, really?
Oh, yeah. We were on a show, and he told me what he was going to do.
Were we jumping into the gorge? Was that Elora?
I feel there was a body of water involved. I can't.
But this is. I know this is a true story and accurate because I remember having this conversation. I just can't tell you where we did it.
Yeah. But I remember you telling me that you're going to do the restaurant and the barbecue thing, and you're getting out, and I'll be there, and which I was. I brought my son, but yeah, this is Lawrence. I've always been an incredible fan just so you know.
He's trying to get a 2, but there is no 2.
Yeah, I'm working on it too.
A hugely popular one.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, no, I love this, and both,
What? I just fucking noticed this.
that's yours. You just bring that home, bro.
I'm like out to lunch. I was like, I just saw my name on the cup. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, you could take the water bottle if you want, but
Yeah, we forgot to put the name on the water.
Write my name on it. Sharpie.
man, yeah. Okay, I gotta continue on this this barbecue.
Yes.
You've been all over the place. You've been all over the world, or all over at least America.
All over
doing this.
America.
Okay.
I haven't done any barbecue in Europe.
Do they? Europeans are barbecuing, right?
I've hosted a lot of competition barbecue teams that come if they're in Canada because they. So I competed in barbecue for a long time, and then I did the restaurant. But those are two different worlds. So competition barbecue is of like the really quick version. My brisket, I'm super proud of it. Won an award in New York City. Won best brisket at Brisket King in 2018 or 19. And I went down there and I cooked my brisket that I serve at the restaurant. When I do contests and you're serving KCBS, which is Kansas City Barbecue Society brisket, you're cooking what the judges are expecting to taste. You're not cooking the best brisket. They have guidelines and parameters.
Okay.
They have guidelines and parameters that you have to present within and what they expect to taste. So you're cooking for the judges, and that's it. One bite. They're going to pull it up, and they're going to give it the pull test to check for tenderness.
Am I understanding that the Kansas City Barbecue Society is the...
In competition world,
Yeah.
they're the single biggest organization that sanctions events, that
mentioned
sanctions competitions.
You mentioned it earlier that Kansas City is the brisket.
Yeah. So what they do is they take the brisket, which is two intersecting muscles, and they separate them either pre or during the cook. They will take the lean end, which looks like a flank steak,
Yep.
right?
Okay.
The
Sure.
lean end looks like a flank steak. There's a very distinct line of fat between the two muscle heads,
Okay. Sure.
right? So it's sitting like this and like this. So the fatty end is towards the top of the neck, going into the neck, and that's where they make burnt ends. It's the moist of the brisket. So if you go to a deli and you order pastrami and you want moist, it's coming from the top end. The bottom end's the lean.
Just a second. Is pastrami?
Oh, geez, we just opened up a whole other can of worms. Now I'm going to go 25 minutes to explain this.
That's okay. We've got 6-7
do it.
hours.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so brisket, depending on how you treat it, is either corned beef,
Are you kidding me?
smoked meat,
I fucking love brisket.
or pastrami. It all depends on how it's been treated and cooked. Corned beef is pickled and boiled. Corned beef is pickled and boiled.
Just a second, but it's a brisket. It's
Correct.
from the brisket.
It's the same muscle every time. But you can pastrami any muscle. You can pastrami turkey. You can pastrami duck. It's a cure.
Okay. Okay.
But so the stages are raw brisket, smoked with salt and pepper. That's what I do. Cure it and boil it. You're making corned beef.
Okay. So when I'm in Montreal,
Smoke
I
it.
go have a.
Boil it and smoke it. Montreal smoked meat.
Thank you. You answered my.
Buffalo Bill loved
Saw that
a
coming.
pastrami.
Oh my God! I've never known this.
And then pastrami is the cured product, which would become smoked meat, covered in a very distinct spice blend.
So I suspect there's a whole lot of people out there eating brisket and not aware of it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's all the same cut. That's all.
Well, I'll be damned. No.
No, so many.
No, it's a massive.
I've said that so many times. I've told so many people. Told that story so many times to people that I forget that people forget about that process or how it all is connected.
I didn't forget. I've never been aware.
Okay.
This
So
is my first aware.
let's go back to Kansas City. Let's make sure we get this.
Just a minute. Is there corned beef involved?
Probably. This is barbecue. Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to go back to where we were with Kansas City barbecue and their expectations on this brisket. So, sorry, I don't know. Maybe
No, so what ends up happening is that in Kansas City, they're very well known for their burnt ends. Burnt ends came from Kansas City, from Kansas City barbecue. That's their birthplace.
Okay.
So what it is that when you're looking at a brisket and you separate and you remove the fatty, a lot of the barbecue places will cook it to a point where they've melted the fat between the two sections of meat. Like at a certain point, when I wrap my briskets, if I'm wrapping them too late in what I consider the cook, and I put the brisket on a just a plate, and I just start shaking it like this back and forth, it'll just separate.
Oh,
That muscle and the bottom muscle will just separate.
oh, okay.
So in Kansas City, they'll cut it with a knife. They'll take the fatty part off. They make it into cubes, or they'll continue to cook it. You have to fully cook it. Then they toss separated. So now they're cooking the lean and they're cooking the fatty in two different places.
Oh my God. Okay.
So they take the fatty and they put it into cubes. They throw it into a pan with a bunch of sauce. And when that sauce caramelizes on the meat, that is a classic Kansas City burnt end.
That sounds insane.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's super decadent. And then they take the lean that looks like a big flank steak
Yeah.
and they slice it across the grain and they get the slices. That's why if you Google Kansas City brisket and you Google Texas brisket, you won't know that it's from the same animal. You'll think it's from a different part of you won't know it's the same muscle.
I'm writing this down.
Yeah, this is an education. It's funny that we're discussing this today. Oh no, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. What happened?
Blair fell out of his chair.
I dropped my phone.
Yo, Blair,
this
you're not
is-
getting paid for stunts today.
This is really good Kentucky bourbon.
It is great Kentucky bourbon. I tried to take a picture and then cut the camera to you at the same time
Oh,
and drink bourbon.
that's hilarious.
There are too many things.
Lawrence,
Yes.
our last name is Butcher, but we know little about meat.
Should we do a butchery class next time?
No,
Oh my
actually,
God.
I think what's important is that
That'd be fun. A butchery class with the butchers.
there you go.
I don't mind this.
But what might be better is that,
Also, is there, by any chance, just curious, one of the coolest characters on TV right now is called Butcher.
right?
Any
yeah.
reason why?
No,
On
They didn't steal it from you?
They
Walking
heard,
Dead?
No.
they heard about us and
The main character is Butcher.
the boys. Yeah,
Oh, right.
they heard about us and then they decided, that would be.
They're like, we're shooting
cool.
in Toronto. Let's make the most badass fucking character Butcher.
That's it.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought when I started watching the show.
But
Also, I fed them in season 1 before they went to it. Like literally, it was like a whatever special meal or whatever. And I'm like, I don't fucking pay attention to anything. Like this is, and then and then I watched the show 2 years in. I started watching it when season 2 already came out, and I was like, this is a fucking fun show. And then I'm being told nerd. I'm like,
was a-
they're in that building. They're in that building. They're in that building.
and,
they're in
and,
that-
and we've all worked on the show.
Yeah, of course.
But so maybe they did. I think that there should be an incredibly delicious brisket sandwich called the Butcher at Cherry Street Barbecue.
Oh,
You know what? Funny enough. So I was because I'm working on a new sandwich for the deli. Not that but
doesn't matter.
I got a great name for it.
at the is there any Polish roots in you?
There is now.
Oh, depends.
Depends. The brovry.
No Polish.
No Polish, eh? Too bad. Because I was actually working on I have this great dish that involves like our all beef kielbasa, and like we do this. It's caramelized cabbage, but we caramelize it to a point where you can't tell if it's cabbage or onions. Like it's so rich.
Yeah. We don't.
And I wanted to make a pierogi into a sandwich.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And
That's
but
interesting.
But do you ever what the hell's his name from? They shot in Toronto. Is the Del Toro movie with the water with the water? Michael Shannon.
Yeah.
So Michael Shannon plays a Polish assassin in some kind of movie. I think it's called The Ice Pick.
Oh,
Is it The Iceman?
no,
Iceman. Or
Iceman.
Iceman.
Yeah, he plays the Iceman. Yeah.
I literally, because at the deli, all the sandwiches have a little bit of a spoof or a little bit of a fun take on like a Sopranos-esque kind of thing. And I wanted to make an Iceman and be the Polish killer sandwich.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, if there was if I
That's
could
cool.
work an angle there, I'd just call it the butcher.
No, well, we'll just have to do a different sandwich.
Copy that.
We could figure something out.
Just a thought.
Now that you guys are back ones on a regular, it'll feed my mental menu, and I'll just like I'll wake up one morning and I'll fucking text you at 5 a.m. and be like, I fucking have it. Right?
When you are busy and your restaurant is at capacity,
Yeah.
I'll fall through the ceiling.
Perfect.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, no, because you know what? I have a hands-off lease. I have to pay for the hole in the ceiling.
Oh shit! Then I'll just
Oh,
come.
fuck.
I could just walk by that wood-burning stove and
Yeah,
catch on
and
fire.
catch on fire.
It's not a bad idea.
Okay.
And me and Blair can just.
Oh, look at he's
eat.
texting his people.
No, was this? I'm going to show you something. I'm going to be like, was this you guys last night messing around with me before I come on the show? This was because I had my daughter last night, so we were in bed nice and early.
What's your daughter's name?
Sienna,
And how old is she?
she's going to turn 6. This
Ah,
was
wicked.
This was the dumpster fire outside of the back of Cherry Street. So I don't know if someone threw a butt in it or
At
whatever.
your facility?
This was last
Oh
night.
no!
Can you see this, Blair?
You know what? Looks like a good place to cook a brisket.
Put it towards that camera. Can you see that, Blair?
What's that?
There it is.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, this was last night. I'm like, I'm going on a stunt show. Are they testing me?
Yeah.
I was at home in bed. I'm like, I'm not getting up.
So what happens when that happens?
It's never happened. And it only continued to burn because I wasn't there.
Yeah, but does the fire department come?
Yeah, they turned it. But you know what it's like when resin starts to burn. When the actual container caught on fire, I'm like, then no one can go near it. Prior to that, I would have been like, someone threw a cigarette butt on it, cigarette butts at the bottom, flipped the lid. I would have just flipped the whole container, and then flipped it again and let the fucking cardboard burn on the sidewalk. But
Yeah.
I would rather not destroy it. I would rather not burn plastics near my property.
Yeah, but is that what
yeah.
somebody says? Is that somebody threw a cigarette butt in?
It was probably a cigarette butt. I mean, there's so many people walking by now. Late night
man.
people in the park. Like, you're not paying attention. You just like, it could have hit the top of the lid and fell inside and went to the bottom.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, most of this stuff, a lot of the stuff that's going in there is cardboard or whatever, but it may very well have come into contact with some kind of protein, grease,
or
oil
something. Yeah,
product.
grease. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the boxes that are like our fryer oil comes in. That could have been at the bottom. And if once there's nothing burns better than a grease fire.
No, that makes sense.
Fucking napalm. Like it just goes. So
Yeah, shit.
once it goes, it's committed. So it was kind of funny that we started talking about stunts and falling through the roof, and I'm like, did you light a fire on my property last night just to give me something to talk about? You're like, I think Lawrence is going to be
hilarious.
a really boring guest. Let's burn something down so he has something to talk about.
Oh my god, man. Boring? No, actually, most exciting. If I'm being honest, man, everywhere I go, it is based on what food they cook there. Me and my gal, we go to Jamaica. It's kind
Love
of
it.
our sort of our main spot. I like Mexico. I love Mexican food. It's crazy. But we loved going to Jamaica and eating jerk chicken and stuff like that. When people come to Toronto, if they are looking for barbecue, is it your spot that they're heading toward?
I mean, I would hope so. We work.
I would imagine.
we work
right?
really
There's
hard at
no
it.
barbecue. I was actually talking to Blair earlier about this before you got here. Just that we eat barbecue around here, quote unquote barbecue. Like there's a spot up the street here. I won't say the name, but it's they barbecues in their name. And,
It became a hot button. It became a buzzword for food.
it really
And,
is.
and people who are in, that's why I was like, for the longest time, I had a hard time when people would approach me. They're like, wow, you have a great concept. I'm like, it's not a fucking concept. It's who I am.
yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to, and I was at the beginning of it. I'm not trying to monetize an opportunity. I literally decided to cook barbecue because it fucking makes me happy.
Well, you said earlier about you could have done pasta and pizza because
Yeah, because I love food.
Yeah,
I could have wrote my story in any food
Category.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
I could have just made salumi. I could have been a charcuterie guy. Whatever.
Yeah, which I mean,
Which we do
sounds
that too
good
now, so.
But there is something to be said about barbecue, man. It really is like every homegrown so and so. That's just what they do.
Barbecue, cooking on wood fires,
It is a community.
is what made us humanoids. Before we cooked on fire, we were Neanderthals. We ate raw meat.
Yeah,
We were animals.
yeah.
As soon as we started cooking our food, we became human.
That's right, right here.
And that's intrinsic to everyone. So no matter what culture you go to, any place in the world,
Yeah,
if you smell burning wood and cooking meat, it's like family. We are all the same.
yeah.
It's literally the most common denominator.
Well, you know, when,
Is cooking meat
when I'm riding,
On wood.
on fire,
if I'm
real fire.
That's
and
awesome.
Yeah, that's literally what makes us who we are.
Well, I feel like when I ride my motorcycle and I'm cruising along and another bike passes me, automatically we do a wave. It's a common thing.
The brotherhood.
It's a brotherhood thing,
Yeah.
and I would imagine that in some regard, barbecue has that same global or North America. I don't know how far it goes, but like you just said, everywhere in the world, everyone understands when they smell something smoking. Or
And again,
grilling, you
not to
can
pick
smell
on
it.
Toronto, everywhere in the world I go to, barbecue people support each other, and we're a part of a community. Only in Toronto, and it's done by social media or people's stupid point of views. They're like, they have to draw a line in the sand. There could be 5 of us doing really good barbecue, and they're like, no, I love these guys. Those guys are shit. I'm like, just because you love someone doesn't mean the other guy's shit.
Totally, man.
That guy's
somebody loves him too.
That guy's fucking working hard. He's
know
up
what?
he's up at 2 a.m. cooking food. He's trying to do his best shit, and you're like, he's shit. I'm like, no, he's not. You're an asshole,
That is a Toronto.
and you're a child.
Yeah.
You're a child because you're fucking trying to create a narrative and a story that doesn't exist. Because anyone who's young and starting out right now, I know them. I support them. They come to me for questions because I've been doing it for fucking 10 years, and they're just starting now. I'm like, this is what you got to deal with the fire marshal. This is how you got to deal with stuff. I'm like, I want them to be good. You know what sucks in Toronto? Being the only person doing something good. I want 10 people doing it great. Great, not good. Great.
100%.
So you can create a fucking community.
You create a community. And also,
awesome.
I need to have,
Thanks.
everyone needs their fucking ass kicked once in a while.
Yeah.
I love nothing better than competition. In a good way.
it makes you
I
better.
need someone to stoke my fire.
It makes you work.
Why, again, I keep referring back to New York. Why is New York so great at what they do? Because you can go to a bodega and get a sandwich and melt your fucking brain, and there's 200 other guys
Totally.
fighting for that same
Totally.
position. You want to be the top dog with no one else around you? Jesus, that's a lonely place.
Yeah, we just did
agree, man.
we just did a podcast with a friend of mine, Jimmy Fields, my ex kickboxing trainer, who said exactly the same thing. If you're in a tree, you got to be that guy with the big gun.
Yeah.
You got to keep just.
Something.
Well, yeah. Well, the idea is that if you're
What's
in
your
a tree,
juice?
and
Like,
you don't,
what motivates you? I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'd be a little dead inside if I was like, yeah. We're just at an event. It was weird. And some guy, we're at an auction actually, buying used equipment. I was there with my operations manager. And this guy came from a part of Ontario, and he's just like, yeah, we're so-and-so barbecue. And we do X, Y, and Z. And it's great. And my operations guy was like, oh, apologies, I've never heard of you. And he was like, this guy was like floored. And then he goes, and he looked at my GM, and he had a shirt on, and there's the Michelin Awards on the back. And he's like, oh, what's that? And he's like, oh, we're just the only Michelin awarded barbecue restaurant in Canada. And he's like,
Is that true?
we're the only Michelin awarded barbecue restaurant in Canada.
Let's
Okay. Well, I was going to mention the Michelin thing.
yeah, let's hear
actually,
about
but,
this. It's on your sleeve.
This is an old shirt. It's only got one. I have 3.
So, I'm sorry.
That was the most flex thing I've ever
Just a
said in my life.
second. What?
Say it again.
So this is 2022. That's the first time they came into Canada and we won the award.
Blair, can you see that?
That's the first time they actually came to Canada?
Sorry, they came to Ontario
Okay, copy.
because now they've done Vancouver, they've done Quebec.
Okay.
Okay, so just before we go any further, for those not initiated, what the hell is a Michelin award?
So the Michelin guy's been around for, I don't know, over
Now, is this that
over
guy
100 years.
that looks in the tire commercials?
Correct. It is the tire guy.
Yeah,
it
it's
comes
the
from a
tire
tire
guy.
company. So they used to in Europe they would build when people would go on road trips because they wanted people to drive as much as possible, so you use more tires.
Holy fuck! I didn't think you would take it that far.
Yeah, this is getting really. Yeah.
Yeah, I've lost my awards now. Michelin's like,
Thank you for playing along. So no, seriously, what is the mission?
so they would make a guide so people could have summer vacations. People went in Europe, traveled by train or by car. So the car guys it was a natural transition. And I don't know if this is, I'm not recounting their story. This is my recollection. They created, not an almanac, but essentially an itinerary for people to go on drives. This is northern Germany. This is southern France. And along the route, they would visit restaurants and tell you places, and they would suggest places to visit. Then it evolves into the star system, and they evaluated the best of the best.
The excellence.
Right.
Marco Pierre White, Alain Ducasse, all these amazing chefs, and it was very, fostered and bred out of France, and classic French cuisine, who were at the top of their game, and then they traveled into Italy, and then they started doing it in Spain, and it grew and it grew and it grew, and then as it grew, they figured out that not everyone can get a star because that's the highest acclaim, and to win a star is remarkable, but it's based on service and food, so it's like head on a swivel. You walk in a room, you've never had to. You're like your head goes up and the glass of water shows up. You're like, how did you know I need a glass of water? Like we could tell. Like next level service and food.
Yeah.
So that's how the star system goes, right? So and then they got into molecular gastronomy and all these things that have evolved over the years. So Michelin has now other awards for other styles of cuisine. So they have things that. So the bib, you can pull it up online. It's essentially very high level quality executed food that people would make at home at an approachable price. So you're at a home barbecue guy. I hope that I do it at a much higher level that you'd want to attain. And that's what I proliferate at the restaurant. And you're like, wow, this is stuff that I want to do at home. And I want to do it too. Problem is that like you'll cook one brisket, I'll cook 70 at a time. So it's like, and everything else. So doing something that's considered very simple at a very high level and executed at a high consistency.
Right on, man.
That's the Bib Gourmand. And then there's you can get acknowledgements. So there's one other barbecue place that's been acknowledged, and they're great, Northern Smokes up in Scarborough, and what they do I respect very, very much because they only cook beef because they're a halal barbecue place. So it's even harder to run a business based on such a high protein cost. And now I'm looking at it from the business perspective that what they're able to execute and do as a business is hard because all they have is poultry and beef, and that's very expensive because pork helps adjust the overall price of the menu, right? Because it's cheaper. But Northern Smokes has an acknowledgement, and they're in the guide. But we're the only ones in Canada at this point who have an award from Michelin.
And
So
I won my Oscar.
I mean, kudos,
100%.
man. Kudos.
Kudos to you. Let's just say it again. Cherry Street Barbecue is the only restaurant.
That's Michelin awarded in Canada.
Once, twice, 3 times.
3 times. And I can't tell you, but we've been invited back to the dance, so who knows what happens. So we're going back this year.
And not only that, seriously, not only that, Lawrence, you're on Going Again podcast with Andrew and Randy.
You know what? I thought I had won my Oscar,
Yeah.
and then
You just did.
Today's
Yeah.
the day. Hold it up. Hold it up. Thank you, Lawrence. Oh, my
hilarious.
God. No, man.
Pinnacle in my career.
Honestly,
I worked for 10 years to get on the show.
I'm sure I can. Fuck, that's right, man. You're way before this show even existed. It's unbelievable.
And just so everyone knows that Lawrence gifted us with the Kentucky bourbon.
Bourbon. Yeah, well, we can't get it here in Canada right now. Honestly, Lawrence, we work in film. We've had a lot of film people on. I know you're a film guy, but what a pleasure to have you on. I'm not ending this yet, just so everyone knows. But what a pleasure just to have you on. We all eat food. We all
do.
want to stay comfortable. We all want to enjoy life and be pleasured in whatever manner that might be. Back to sausages and whatever we're talking about.
It's going to turn into the most
But
meat
man,
podcast.
yeah, but that's what this should be.
Yeah, but see,
Food, man.
we're
It's
carnivores.
everything.
We work on the carnivore diet.
Okay.
I very rarely eat vegetables.
Okay.
I'm a meat person. That's what I eat.
I know you're sitting here thinking, well, veggie does okay from time to time.
I mean, the odd French fry if it fills my plate, but
But for real, food is everything.
It is. You know what? You'd fucking die without it.
Yeah.
Right?
Isn't that
Yeah.
the weirdest
Is
thing?
it? How about that? If it wasn't the most important thing, you'd be dead.
Yeah.
You'd get by, but your brain would starve. You'd look really old. Your skin would wrinkle. You couldn't do the shit you do because you have no strength.
And
you
in
didn't eat.
6 or 7 days, you'd be
And,
gone.
If you didn't eat, you'd be fucked.
But also, if you didn't eat meat is a big deal. The protein is a big deal.
I know a couple of vegans, and it's healthy vegans. It's literally a full-time job. It's not. You can't.
Yeah.
It's not easy to live off plant protein.
And you can have a
I respect it a lot. I'm like, it's hard because I understand the footprint and the everything involved with farming and all the rest of it. And we try to we're very mindful at Cherry about where our stuff comes from,
Sure.
and the impact and all the rest of it. And
what's your take on grass-fed versus corn or anything like that? Is that a
number one rule of good food: start with the best product.
okay?
So whatever produces the best product, that's what you want to cook.
And that's just it.
Yeah, just start with that. You start with a healthy, happy animal that didn't hopefully come off of
Yeah.
an automated.
Yeah.
Get down all kinds of ethical shit right now, but I'm like, happy animals. This is as bizarre and as weird as it's gonna sound to a lot of people. Happy animals are the most tasty animals. Think about it. Like if you're stressed out and you're fucking losing your mind, and think about what that pH is like in your blood. Think about the hormones being released. Think about your reaction in your body, and you're going to be sour. You will be sour. A happy animal will not be sour.
I totally agree with that. I imagine science does too.
Like 1,000%.
Yeah.
This isn't me making up hokey pokey fucking go hug a tree.
No, this is
happy animal
yep.
shit. No, it's physiological. An animal who's in fight or flight, all their blood pH and everything changes. Their hormone levels, everything changes. You want animals who are in a happy place when they get the chance to come to cherish and become something better.
You know, there's all sorts of jokes coming to mind, eh?
Lots of jokes.
Well,
I don't know why I go to the whisper voice every once in a while, but
you go out in the field and you find this beautiful Bessie cow, and
I see that your mug is empty.
she's really happy.
you can see my mug is empty.
Well, I could tell by when you went like this and then it wasn't. It
Okay.
didn't go. Do we have anything else at all?
Well, there's tequila.
I'm not adverse. You won't hear me quitting.
Okay, so
This is a man who smokes meat for hours.
just a second. We're going to take a break.
We're back.
All
It was a
right.
nice little break.
We all had to pee.
Yeah, no
It's a
refills.
whole new podcast. Grown men, small bladders.
Okay, so where were we and where do we want to go?
That's different, isn't it?
You know what I find? What's
moment.
funny is that we've done a number of podcasts where we've taken a break.
How many have you done? Sorry. Right?
You're number 56.
56, 57?
You're number 57.
You're 50 something.
Over how long?
2 years.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we would like to do a whole lot more, except that our schedules. Andrew's busy, stunt guy, actor. I'm busy, stunt guy, stunt coordinator Andrew. Blair, stunt coordinator, actor, stunt man. We're just so busy doing different shows. We have our own shows. And then scheduling the three of us with a guest. Are you kidding?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Another guest who has the same sort of
Maniac
yeah,
schedule?
man.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So we knew we could get you because your meat's simmering right now.
It's
just
yeah, the
It takes so
brisket.
long to
hours.
produce what I do. It's going to be doing its thing while I'm here.
So, Lawrence, how long does that brisket or whatever it is smoke? How long? And what are you doing in that time? Are you watching it like a hawk?
Oh, you cook
Or can
something
you
else.
go play some video games? Or
So, I mean, we're at a point now where it's like, so we produce a lot of, like, sort of the restaurant. We don't just cook brisket, right? So the nerd stuff about cooking the brisket in particular is that we butcher them to be all the same size, roughly, all the same.
I loved
finish.
how he used our name in that sentence.
yeah, that's
Yes.
beautiful.
Butcher. So all of our meats should come off almost like clockwork. So if we load briskets, they run 14 hours. All 40 of them should come off at the same time. Within 30 minutes, they should all be finishing at the same time, depending on where they've been in the cooker
And how often do you cook 40 briskets?
every day.
Wow,
Jesus Christ.
really?
Every day we go up more during certain periods of the year, but yeah, we cook a lot of meat. And then on top of that, there's spare ribs, baby back ribs, turkey, chicken, 3 types of sausage, specials like pork bellies, a variety of other special
Pork
stuff.
belly. I mean,
You got do you do normal steaks and stuff?
No, so we do classic American style barbecue. So it's all low and slow. I just purchased a beautiful 8-foot fire table that I'm gonna do hot and fast cooking on.
Cup.
oh,
And
really?
I've got a bunch of chefs already in mind, and I've spoken to a few of them. And literally, I'm a dishwasher, and they're chefs, and I should just carry their knife roll. But we're gonna fucking ball out on the tables, and it's gonna be so good because it's gonna be a live fire event. So there'll be a lot of stuff that we probably reverse here. So we'll have tomahawks and steaks and picanhas and sausage and stuff like birds hang, like, you know, the big tables where
Just
you
got a
hang
huge
stuff, you hang
pan
meat,
over here.
and everything
I'm not
cooks over the
working for that.
coals. We're gonna do
Yeah.
live coal cooking. More
Now,
Argentinian
is that in front
inspired.
of the audience?
Oh yeah, I want to roll this fucking table out in the middle of the dining room. Like, yeah, we're gonna, like, outside, not inside.
When is this?
Coming soon to a theater near you.
Let us know, please. We'd
Yes.
like to be there for the opening evening.
Please.
I will. You know what? I will make that happen because I know how much you guys appreciate it.
Yeah,
Bring
man.
my kids, man.
Yeah, there'll be a butcher table. Get it?
I love it. Amazing.
How did you get the coolest name in fucking film?
My dad.
I don't know.
Did he die? You dude?
I'm stoked about it.
God bless Grandpa Butcher.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. So are you really working on this shit like all day long?
I mean, I've got a lot of staff, right?
Yeah,
Like, we
yeah,
just
yeah.
it's funny because the one thing is that we went on this trajectory and we were like growing quickly and things were happening, and I was very involved in the cook day to day. And then, you know, end of 2018, early 2019, I was like, fuck. I'm like, I left a really I left something that I really loved
Sure.
Yeah.
to go do something else that I really loved.
Yeah.
But now I got to a point 4 years into the business, 5 years in the business, and I was like, I'm not fucking cooking anymore, and this sucks because what makes me happy is cooking because it's like meditation.
But I remember when you told me that you're leaving this in film
production,
world
yeah.
production to go do this barbecue thing to cook, and you were really excited.
Yeah. Get to do what I love. And then it's like, and then it turns into a business. And you're like, oh, it's not a mom and pop shop anymore. And it's not like, you know, this. If I can,
You got to do
I was up
paperwork
to,
and pay people.
I was up to 70 staff this year.
Yeah, 70
Yeah.
from that one restaurant.
No, there are multiple. So 2 delis, a pop-up location, Union Station, catering. Like,
Yeah.
The trailer.
Damn, man.
It's a octopus with a lot of arms. Like, there's a lot of moving parts at Cherry Street because we have catering. Again, due to starvation, I had to really push the catering end of it. And then as I advanced the catering end of it, it became a viable business because the restaurant was sitting there empty with staff that I was paying that had a couple of customers a day. But no one wanted to come down there because it was so dusty and so dirty.
So hard to get to, but
And literally, we're alone on an island. I was like, I want to be alone on an island, but I don't really want to be alone on an island.
Yeah, I hear you.
I want to be an accessible island. So when you cut off the traffic,
what's fascinating though is once all that construction is done, You're going to be the only one on that island.
Correct. Which is what I'm seeing now. So very, very fortunate.
That's the truth, man.
For what
So
it-
balls,
You know what?
But for sticking it out, man, this is awesome.
And for being like a goldfish. I don't remember what happened yesterday. So when I was getting my teeth kicked in and stuff was really shitty, I don't remember that. I only remember it 12 hours ago. And we had a line up at the door 12 hours ago. So that's really
Beauty.
good.
That's how it should be.
So
Good for you, man.
Screw it, man.
Good for you.
Do you like this is gonna? I mean, this will last forever.
I hope so.
I go everywhere I go. I know I said this before. I go everywhere with food in mind. Like I'm not going to Cuba.
Yeah.
You know, I just go everywhere where I just go. Okay, I don't care what we're doing. I know you want the beach. This is my lady. I know you want the beach, and I know you want to relax. But can we just make sure that is near somewhere with a great piece of fish or a great piece of steak or
Delicious.
a great piece of something? It always has meat. I say food, but it's meat. It's meat.
It's usually, yeah. And that's the great thing about the fire table I was talking about is that like we will be doing fish now. Like we'll be doing hot
that's
fire
awesome,
dishes.
man. It's awesome. Barbecue exists in so many realms.
That was the most stressful thing I did during COVID. I had a wedding for a chef. He hired us to cater his wedding. And I had to fire 43 branzinos.
What's a branzino?
Sea
Sounds
bass.
awesome.
Oh, no, it just seems like you were letting them go. I needed to fire 40 branzinos.
Sorry, that was like that was
sounds
like,
like-
that was chef talk.
Those guys with those tall boots.
Yeah, I had to cook 43 fish for a dinner service for a chef in the city of Toronto who was having an event outside of the city. So I had to bring in a reefer truck. And the best part is like tying it all in. Everyone's like, my staff are like, how the fuck do you know how to coordinate all this shit? I'm like,
There you go.
pardon? What do you mean how to coordinate this shit?
Past experience.
Yeah.
I'm like, we didn't. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to the fish one. We did an event at a mine, an hour south of Timmins. 2,000 person event. I had to build a budget to travel, execute, and return back. So travel day for all the staff, up and down. And I put all of this together. And the guy so I had to bid on this. They asked us to bid with two other companies to do feed the miners. And they're like,
You're all underage?
yeah,
Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
You got to be careful.
You gotta be careful. No, they were all north of 19 and had security clearance because it was a gold mine.
Oh, wow.
Copy.
Literally a gold, not for me, but they mined gold.
Yeah.
It was a gold mine for me too. It kept us open for another year. So I sent him my bid and the quote, and he's like, "No catering company has ever done this." I broke it down from transportation, labor, food costs. Like just hit next page on the Excel sheet, and they're like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "You have no idea the budgets I've had to fucking look at." And they're like, "This isn't like I was 20% more than the next guy," and they're like, "We're going with you." And the guy approving the bid also tasted my food. And he's like, "This is what these guys need." Yeah. So I drove. We drove the unit again, but we drove the unit 10 hours. I had a reefer, a Hino loaded with equipment, and a Hino loaded with support, and then and a dozen staff, augmented by their staff at their catering kitchen. And so, like, we fed 1,800 people over in a 3-hour window because they had a commissary built for it. So it was easy, but we set up stations. There was a rib station, a brisket station, like a pulled pork station. And these guys were, like, losing their minds. Like, they were over the moon. They're so happy. Fast forward to, like, a catering I had 2 weeks ago, and I brought in a new catering cook, and I'm letting him kind of handling catering. He's like, "Hey guys, we have a huge catering tomorrow. It's 200 people. We need all the pans back, and this is like he made it like a 911-ish almost." And I was just like, and then I left it alone because I'm like, I'm not gonna. An hour later, I chime back in the chat group, in the WhatsApp group, and I'm like, "Hey guys, so tomorrow is a standard catering. We're 35 minutes from the restaurant. It's 250 people. Let's make sure our numbers are tight and and the trucks are loaded and we're ready to go. Because when I show up, because now that I have so much staff, I'm like, I'm not loading. If I have to load the truck, then you don't have a job. When I show up to pull the vehicle out, let's be ready to go when we're on our mark. And by the way, huge is 2,000 people, 8 hours from Toronto. That's huge. Like huge is like it's scale.
That's
right?
insane. That
Like-
sounds insane.
And it's funny because like people call me, it's my restaurant, it's my menu, it's my recipes. They call me chef.
Yeah.
I still feel awkward. It's like when I shot really beautiful pictures and people are like, you're a photographer. I'm like, no, photographers make their money from taking pictures. Taking pictures is part of my job as locations. I don't want to ever photographers make their money from taking pictures. And that's not me. And I have a lot of respect for DOPs and like, I love the image. I was more always infatuated with the DOPs I worked with than the directors. Cinematographers were always my thing. I'm like,
Hands down, bud.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, that's all. I was always like, you know, and I worked with some fucking ballers, Academy Award winners.
Most DOPs direct the film.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're the ones that deliver.
I'll let you. You guys are still in business, so I'll let you. You guys dictate what the conversation is on that. But I was like, no, I just take pictures as a part of my job. And I had the same mentality when I went in the restaurant. I'm like, I'm not a chef. I didn't go to chef school. I'm like, I don't know nothing. And then a very prominent chef who I was having drinks with one night, who's a friend of mine, was like, what's your hang up? Why you don't want me called chef? I'm like, I don't know. It's like, it's demeaning to everyone who put in all the time. He's like, whose menu is it? I'm like, mine. He's like, whose recipes are they? They're mine. It's like, whose food is it? I'm like, it's mine. He's like, man, you're a fucking chef. And he's like, also, you signed the checks, so you have to be called chef.
Good for you.
And I'm like, all right, cool. So now it's like, I still kind of like, because now I'm doing events with like baller chefs, people who I idolize, like people who I grew up being like, oh my God, like fucking, I'm working with so-and-so, like that's so cool. And now they're friends. And I'm like,
Seriously badass.
Yeah, but that's wonderful. I mean, I grew up as a martial artist. Blair is a martial artist. We all, but I've been in circles where I entered that small group that I idolized as a kid, and I was now a part of that.
yeah.
And that's all good.
Well, the first time I realized it was that I would go down to the States and cook at events all the time for like different barbecue people. When I opened Cherry Street and they introduced me as Lawrence from Cherry Street Restaurant or Cherry Street Barbecue, as opposed to, this is my friend Lawrence, there was a brotherhood of like, oh, your balls are in a vice too. Now you know what it's like to have your skin in the fucking game, right? Like it's like, oh, you're all in. You're not a guy who travels around and cooks barbecue when he's got spare time. You are fucking here, and you have to make it work. And it's a different level of acknowledgement when you are somebody from some place as opposed to some guy who does something.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when you got skin in the game, everyone looks at you differently. Good or bad, they look at you differently. They now you're part of a brotherhood. You're like, you have something to lose or something to gain. But you're not just a guy who has a dream. You're a guy who's making it happen.
This must, I don't know, but this must feel way better than it did when you were doing locations. Like and maybe I'm wrong. It's your life, but but this is a different kind of passion, man. This is a different kind of success.
Sorry, I just noticed Dawn of the Dead on the wall there.
Yeah, it's a shit.
Do we have a little
movie.
toast to Pedro Arce?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. Here,
What's that?
Pedro.
Oh,
Cheers to Pedro. Cheers.
yeah.
Blair.
Cheers to Pedro. Big time, man. Holy shit.
I was on your
I saw
Facebook,
that picture with you.
and I'm going to put this up, okay? 58, 56. I'm going to put the picture of a Pedro with you. We both did a movie with Pedro. Andrew was the stunt coordinator. I've known Pedro for a long time. I absolutely love Pedro, as we both do. And I sent Andrew a picture of the two of you together last night. what was Pedro to you guys?
Okay, get water.
Yeah.
I mean, we all
No,
know
we
all
met in
know-
grade 9.
You met Pedro in grade 9?
He was still fucking big.
Yeah, we all know he loved barbecue.
Oh yeah. We met in grade 9 on the football field. So I played. So I played 2 years of organized ball before we went to high school. And Pedro, I think, was probably still like 5'11", 205 in grade 9. And
Man.
I could play. I was tiny, but I could play. And we just became like closest friends.
No way. Wow.
So,
Man, when I thought this was a film thing, this is grade 9.
Yeah.
Football.
yeah, no, I didn't. We actually never worked together once on set.
Well, he was a TV movie actor, and if you were doing strictly commercials.
He did a bunch of commercials, but we just never crossed paths.
Oh, interesting. That said, the first time I met Pedro, what the hell was the product? Oh,
A&W?
no.
No, there's no stunt.
Poker Lotto.
That's when you first met him?
I think so.
I don't.
No, with the Kings?
Yes. I was one of the kings. Pedro was one of the kings, and another fellow was the third king. And we were in a old Cadillac or whatever it was.
Is it
What
Impala,
year,
I
what
think?
year was that roughly?
Oh God, I'm not into time, Lawrence. It could have been
Was it
yesterday. For all I
2010?
know. Something
Could have been.
maybe.
Could have been.
Because I know it's been. I know you guys had a past, and it went a while back. But I was like,
Yeah, I thought it went further back than that, but maybe.
because maybe you guys went there, and then he started doing stunts with you, because he wasn't doing.
That's true. That's right. Yeah,
Because he always wanted to do stunts,
But I think that the lottery commercial was the first thing I worked with Pedro on. We met each other as the kings.
and I think I laughed because
Well,
I was still in production for sure.
It was a great
I-
commercial.
Yeah, I was still working in the business.
Funny as hell.
Yes, you were.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this would have been. I actually have the cardboard cutout of all three of you guys, including
Yeah.
Pedro,
I should post a
in the
picture.
room here. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it was so funny because we had to pull up in a car, and these guys, I said, somebody
lowrider.
wants their mother back or something. But
Yeah, they're like
They want their-
gangsters, you know.
yeah.
It was a good
And
commercial.
it was really fun because, and then take 2 or 3, whatever it was. I decided to do the Ray Liotta laugh. And so as
really
the
good.
guys yell at me, I elbowed Pedro. Like, we didn't know what to do, right? This director didn't. So I just said, just go with me. And we pulled up. I slammed it to the stop. I'm driving. And I elbowed Pedro really hard. And I do that Ray Liotta laugh. And the director comes running over from Video Village, and he says, "Oh, no. Just pull up and stop, whatever, and just say your line." I said, "Okay, no worries." Well, the only one take where I did the Ray Liotta laugh made the cut.
Made the cut.
That was in the
No,
commercial.
no surprise.
But me and Pedro, yeah, and then oh man, Pedro.
I can't tell you how many times I saw him do that laugh while he was working as a doorman in Toronto.
Just so everyone, yeah, but just so everyone knows, they don't know yet, but Pedro passed away.
Yeah.
So that's the reverence that we speak of Pedro.
Yeah, he was the man. Indeed.
He's a great guy. Anyway,
And although
you guys went to
we
school?
knew him, yeah. Sorry, Lawrence.
Well, I lost him in the shittiest time of my life. It happened during COVID, or just after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was going through a bunch of shit, and then I'm like, dude, where the fuck are you? No answer. I'm like, then finally I find out through his brother that he's in the hospital. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Fuck.
Actually, I found out through somebody else Carl, who he was working with, who wanted to do stunts and is an actor and all that stuff. And him and Carl were working on some stuff. And Carl was there when he went to the hospital and didn't tell anyone. And then he kind of told a couple of people, and then I found out. And then I spent 7 days in the hospital before he died.
Well,
Sorry, not to take it down, Turn.
no.
No, he's a worthy individual.
Yeah. Here's to Pedro.
Here's Pedro.
Yeah, totally, man.
Blair. Well, Lawrence, before we put this one to a close, number one, I'm going to ask you that if you'd be willing to sign our table.
I would be honored.
Please and thank you. It would be insane to have your signature on here. And second, I would love to just give somebody at home who's grilling or smoking something they can do to better their game. Whether it's the rub, it's the meat, it's the choice, what they're buying,
The heat.
whatever it might be. If there's anything that you can think of that would better my buddy's game.
I'll give you 3.
Done. Oh my God.
Buy the best product.
Okay. Yeah.
Keep it simple. And pay attention to your meat.
Okay. So
Okay.
those are 3 great pieces of advice, but I need you to explain each one in particular.
If you start with the best product, the opportunity or the possibility of creating a great dish is very high because you're starting with a great product. Keep it simple means don't overcomplicate spice rubs and all the rest of it. Keep it to salt and pepper.
I do.
Oh, I love that piece.
What I do.
Start with what you know. Start with just salt. Because actually, if you're grilling hot and fast and you put pepper on it, it tastes like burnt garlic.
All I put
on is salt.
That's all you.
all I put on is salt.
That's all you do. That's all.
Lawrence, sorry, you're just making me feel good.
Yeah.
Keep going.
You've been doing things the right way for a long time.
I'm passionate, man. I love having you
and
here.
all joke, like pay attention to your meat. If you're cooking live fire or if you're cooking on a grill and you're cooking hot and fast, you can't walk away from what you're doing. So every time I do a class or I'm teaching someone to do what I call entertaining barbecue, you're having guests over and you really want to impress them, you prep the shit out of everything. You prep all of your side dishes. You prep all of your, like, people are like, I'm going to cook the steak while I grill my vegetables. No. Grill your vegetables at 9 in the morning. Trust me, I swear to God, they'll taste the same at 5 p.m. as they do at 9 a.m. It's a grilled vegetable. You're basically making a grilled salad.
And nobody's eating it anyway.
If they're at your house, yeah, for sure. They're like, no, just eating the meat.
Yeah, great.
Do as much as you can before, like production. Can you imagine we rolled in and did no tech scouts, no production meetings, no nothing? We just show up on the day and we're like, yeah, let's make this happen.
Movies are made in prep,
Oh my God.
and then we just go shoot it.
Yeah. We execute and we're on autopilot because we've done this 1,000 times before we got there.
That's an incredible piece of advice.
It's literally like doing a movie, doing any job, any production job. You will fail if you don't put in the prep. People come over to my house and they're like, "Oh my God, you make it look so effortless. It's so effortless." I'm like, "No, did actually.
I've been efforting.
I've been doing this for 4 days to have over eight people come to my house. I've done this for 4 days. I've been prepping this for 4 days. Sauces, everything. Tights.
I can't wait to go to Lawrence's house.
There you go.
Huh?
Dude,
We're gonna do one from my backyard.
I'm stoked. I'm stoked about what you're saying. Okay.
So yeah, and
Watch that meat.
And the third thing,
The third thing was watch that meat. So if all of your stuff is prepped and you're ready to rock it out, the only star of the day is the meat. And you give it its due diligence and you give it its just course. Like you pay attention to what you're doing. There's no distractions. You're not trying to boil pasta. You're not trying to make a chimichurri. You're not chopping vegetables.
Cindy's in the kitchen,
So
man.
you're just like, everyone's outside having drinks and cocktails. They're watching you with the fire. They're all fucking over the moon, and everything else is just happening. Like, no, you don't need any assistance. You don't need any help because everything's done. You're just concentrating on the thing that takes 10 minutes or 12 minutes to cook, and it's the star of the show. They came over because you told them you're cooking Wagyu steaks. No one's thinking about the bar. No one's thinking about the potatoes that are going to be perfectly crispy and crunchy because you boiled them 2 days ago so that they can dry out in your fridge. So you can squish them and toss them in olive oil and throw them in your oven, and they're going to roast up like fucking French fries.
Okay, wait a second.
Yeah, we're just
What the fuck? Okay, continue.
You know, literally, it's the meat's the star of the day. That's what you got to keep in mind. And anything you can do beforehand is it's like it's bonus.
I love it. Please sign the table. Sign the table.
Right now,
Yeah. Sign the table. Anywhere you want. Anywhere you want. Just don't cross.
just don't cross swords with someone else.
Yeah, don't cross swords.
There's a scene.
I mean, if you want to, special request.
Yeah, move the mic.
No, I'm perfect.
Okay. And if you feel so inclined, draw a piece of meat.
Fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
the heart. That's a piece of meat.
Actually, real quickly, what do you think about?
Thanks, Lon.
Thank you. Ah, man, I love you too, man.
That's a trip, brother.
What do you think about Oregon?
Talk about full circle.
I love being a one.
Yeah.
You are definitely a one now.
Just before
Back to being a one.
But-
You were always a one. You're just back to being a one.
Cheers.
Hold on. Before we close
It's
up,
a family thing.
organ meat.
Yeah. I love it.
Thoughts?
Yeah, it has a time and place. Offals are amazing. Like, I grew up eating brains. We had a game when I was a kid, eating cow brain patties because my grandmother used to make like cow brain burgers. And whoever got the lead pellet in their burger had to do dishes.
What's that mean? Somebody that shot the bull?
Yeah, you shoot the cow.
Oh my God, really?
Seriously?
I swear to God. I swear to God.
I was making a joke.
No, I swear to God.
Oh my God.
We weren't very, like, growing up, I have a very good upbringing. Like, I was the youngest of 4, so I was very fortunate for my situation, but like my parents were first, generation. They were immigrants, and they came here with $17 in their pocket, and they had to make a living and support for them, grow their 4 kids and give them a fucking university and all the rest of it. But I grew up being like, when I went to U of T, it was like the first year of U of T was paid for, and then after that, it was like, get a fucking job and pay for your education. Didn't pay. It wasn't even an option. I got us to Canada. You make the most of it. I had 0 opportunity as a kid growing up, is what my dad said. So you figured it out.
Your parents, are they still with us?
No.
And mine neither.
Kudos. A couple of good gentlemen being made.
And I'm going to raise my daughter the same way. We go to a restaurant. I'm like, can you cover the bill? She's 5. She's like, no, Papa. I'm like, you're doing dishes. I'm not paying for dinner tonight. You're doing dishes. She's like, do I have to? I'm like, if I can do dishes, you can do dishes. Are you better than dishes? She's like, yeah. I'm like, damn it.
Damn.
How come you're so smart?
That's awesome.
So
Lawrence,
I'll leave it. I'll leave that. The best thing that happened in my life is my daughter.
Love it. I love it. Thank you.
That's incredible.
Lawrence, thank you, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks for coming down.
My pleasure. The drive back's going to be very therapeutic now.
Absolutely. Everybody,
Oh.
Cherry Street Barbecue.
The best
Downtown
there
Toronto,
is.
down in the...
In the Portlands.
Toronto staple.
Just a stone's throw away from the studios.
Get the brisket, get the beans, get the sausage. You could probably get other stuff, but that's what I get, and I love it.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. And if they want to do a remote, you have a trailer.
I cater offsite all the time. It's not even a trailer anymore. It's just we literally show up and I'm just hot and ready to roll.
Yeah, but they contact you at...
At Cherry, yeah.
Cherry
Just
Street?
any of our socials will get you to me.
Awesome.
Even though I don't run them anymore, I still keep an eye on all of them.
Wicked.
CherryStreetBBQ.com.
That's it, baby.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Love you.
so much.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love
Thanks,
being a
cheers.
one.
Cheers.
Cut it, Blair.